the
Who's lying
system
to me?
that
How so? How so?
the system.
What's
So
the-
here's the question: do you
Which
guys?
system?
Hold on. Let's.
There's more than one
I'll-
system.
Sure. Do you think that for the last 50 years there has been a growing corporate control over our politics? It has owned both sides of the legislature, and it has meant that our country has gotten poorer, sicker, less educated, at each other's throats, and in forever wars.
Yeah, and then you voted for the owner of a corporation to become the president.
Great. Okay. So, but you agree with that? The thing that I said before.
Well, we agree
Correct.
with that, but it's weird that you voted for Bernie, who would
I
minimize
understand-
those
I
things.
understand. So,
then
but I
Trump
just
is-
want to go one step at a time. I
we
wanna go one
agree
step
on
at a
those. We agree. I
Okay,
do.
we agree on that.
Good. Yeah.
So my question is to you: this system that has existed, was it part of, let's say, Bush 1? Was it part of Reagan? It was Reagan, right? Reagan was part of that system.
Uh-huh.
I'd
Okay.
argue Reagan
Bush
was
1.
probably
One
the
second.
one
Bush 1, part of that system.
Yeah.
Yes.
what?
Bush. What? Clinton, part of that system. The first neocon. Yes, part of that system. Globalized our economy. Yep. So part of that system was Bush 2 part of that system? Yes, he was part of that system. And then we get to the end of Bush 2 and we go, Obama. Was Obama part of that system? Well, I didn't think he was going to be. It's why I voted for him, because I was like, this is a man who has the ability to come in, unite our country, and break the stranglehold that this system has over our governance. And I really desperately, I was at his inauguration. I have the most beautiful photos that I took that day.
Okay. Sure.
I was so hopeful. I wrote an article that, he was like the first populist candidate who was like uniting people on ideals instead of, it's like,
Okay.
And then he didn't. He was subsumed. He killed more people with drone strikes. He allowed the military industrial, like he did a good thing with the ACA. I'm not anti-ACA.
But how did you get to
hold on a
Trump,
second.
though? Because we agree on those things. I just want to know how you got to Trump.
So system. 2016, our election was going to be between Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush, two literal system system alumna. Right?
Oh no!
Like, top.
This is where you were lied to, Zach, because I know what you're going to say. You voted for Trump because he was outside of the system, when actually Donald Trump owns a corporation, and much of what he has done has been to benefit the exact same corporations that you didn't like the other people working with.
So I understand, Erica, that he owns a corporation. One second.
You were
But
the
so
one
are
that was,
Leaf.
so Zach,
Your
you
local
were the-
landscaping
you were the
operation is a
one-
corporation. Your dentist is a corporation.
Zach, you were the one that was lied to, because you thought that Trump was.
I hear you.
You thought that Trump was outside the system, and actually,
And
it's
so
very
just to be
obvious
clear-
that he's inside the system.
Okay, so I understand that you say it's fairly obvious, but could you explain to me how, for the first time ever, literally in all of American history, we get a man who has not held elected office, meaning he has not been in our system of corporations buying politicians. He hasn't existed in that system at all. And
Yes, he
his
has.
business, one
He
second,
was-
his
stop.
business.
No, he was the corporation buying the politicians. So yes, he actually did exist inside that system. He was just on
Okay,
the other
that's fair.
side of it.
That's interesting. That's fair. That's probably fair that he certainly engaged in the from the corporate to the governmental side, right? Understood how politicians could be bought, right? But what he did for money, let's go over this, was he was a real estate developer. He made buildings for luxury clients. He wasn't like a Section 8 landlord. He was a super ultra luxury landlord. So he had to make properties that were so good that someone who had multi-million dollars, who could live anywhere, would choose to live in his buildings. And he was very successful at it. He made a huge, massive career almost ending mistake when he bet on Atlantic City to be bigger than Vegas, and then lost that bet. But as a real estate developer, he's been wildly successful. All of his buildings, Trump Tower, Mar-a-Lago, these are all like massive, objectively.
What does this have to do with what we? He's
Okay,
still
so I'm just saying,
inside.
one second.
Stop. No, Zach, stop. Because you have been monologuing for like 5 minutes now with the
But I'm
occasional
getting to a point.
interjection. No, but we don't want it, Zach. If you want a
I thought
monologue,
you did want a
if you want a monologue, go start your own live. Okay, that's the way this works. You don't just get to sit and talk for 20 minutes with nobody questioning you or anything or
Fine.
coming back.
So ask a question. I'm
So
sorry.
you were lied to because
No,
in
that's
your
not a question.
mind. No,
Let her talk. Let her talk. You talk for a while. Let her talk.
So you were lied to because in your mind he was outside of the system. You didn't consider that the position that he was in actually put him inside the system. And he has given the biggest tax cuts to corporations that have been seen since the Reagan era in the United States. So what he has done has ostensibly not benefited the average US citizen, and certainly not to the extent that it has benefited corporations and the 1%. So he is benefiting those people that you say you don't like more than any of those previous presidents apart from Reagan. So you were duped and lied to, Zach.
So when I talk about the system, I generally mean the system owners of our country, like big pharma, big food, big agriculture, big auto, the military industrial complex. There's a range of industries that have leaders that are so dominant and enormous and sort of and successful at gaining influence over our government that they've been able to influence keeping us all in this shitty country.
So, like the military industrial complex, like him giving the military the biggest budget that they've ever had to spend on more military stuff, right?
Yeah, 100%. You know why the military got that?
No, it doesn't matter why they got that. He is benefiting the military industrial complex.
You keep saying it doesn't matter, and I think that the truth matters a ton.
More than any other president in US history, bar wartime presidents.
Okay, I hear you. Again, do you know why that is? And in fact, it leads to my overarching point here, which is that the reason the military has been successful at getting itself the highest budget ever is there is nobody but the military in our government that knows how to kiss ass better. Like, they are the best because they come up to every administration. Doesn't matter whether they're a liberal from Georgia or a Republican from Texas. Like they will kiss your ass until you give them a massive budget.
Oh, so now we're saying, I love this, Zach. You're like arguing against yourself. It's awesome. So now we're saying not only is Trump more in bed than with the corporations than any president since Reagan. Yes,
just
he
the
is.
military industrial complex.
No. Who got the corporate tax cut? Was that all the corporations?
Just to be clear,
no, Zach. I'm asking you a question. Who got the tax cut down from 35% to 21%? Who got that? Was it just the military industrial complex?
Sure.
It was just the military industrial complex, not all the corporations.
I've told you why the military industrial complex has been successful.
No. I asked you, who got that tax cut?
The military industrial complex?
And?
I don't know. Who else?
All the other corporations, Zach.
Oh,
they all got that tax cut.
So your dentist got a tax cut, right?
My dentist didn't. My dentist is an NHS dentist in the UK.
Oh,
no,
well, so what are you talking about our politics anyway for? If you don't live in this country, what are you talking about?
Come on, Zach.
There we go. You've lost.
Well, but this is the point. You talk about giving it to corporations. I ask you about your dentist, and your dentist exists in a totally different system than our dentist.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't mean she can't talk. That doesn't mean she can't talk about it.
So your answer is, I'm sorry, I don't know about what you're talking about because I don't live in your country, but I feel confident enough that I should argue with you, born in Washington, D.C., like to a father working in the White House. I clearly know more than you, right?
Okay, but her being in UK is
you're not demonstrating it.
Her being in UK doesn't mean she knows less or more about this than you. You can be anywhere.
Of course it does. I don't know about the NHS. I've never gone to an NHS. Have you ever been to an NHS doctor?
But what I'm saying is you don't have to be in a country to know about it, right? Like,
but I'm asking, would you feel confident talking about the NHS? Have you ever been to an NHS doctor?
Well, I'm not asking you to talk about my.
Yeah, we're asking you to talk about our country and the way it works for our country. You don't live in our country, so how do you know?
Right. There's a lot of ways I know, Zach. an awful lot of ways I know. All of the information that you have access to on this thing called the internet, I also have access to. I have lived in the United States for a period of time. I also did American politics at university as one of my courses. So there's a plethora of ways. I'm a prolific reader. There's a ton of ways that I know about the United States. Do I know everything? No, I don't.
You've been to
But
America.
did I just say that
Yes,
I
she has.
lived in America, Zach? Did I just say that?
I missed it. I'm asking. Where did you live in America?
Georgia.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
been in America.
Listen, I'm not saying that you can't talk about it at all, but I think you understand the limits, which is that just like I could talk about healthcare in our country up to a point, but when I
The
wanted to talk
internet
about the
has no
NHS,
limit. It can, she just told you that she's literally reading about this and watching this on the internet because it doesn't have a limit. It can span across the globe to anybody who has Wi-Fi and a phone or a laptop or both. So again, there isn't a limit to it because she can read about this every day.
And also, I want to point out, Zach, I don't require your permission to talk about anything on the internet. I might start a live specifically talking about you, and I don't require your permission to do that. I also, as we learn from MAGA every day, don't need any knowledge on a subject to come up on the internet and claim knowledge on a subject. We
I
are
know you're
taught
showing
that
that very
every
well.
single. No, how am I, Zach?
Guys, 30K new guests, 30,000 likes, just because we have some in the request box, just to give you guys a heads up.
Just
Go
to
ahead.
point out, when I asked you specifically if it was only the military industrial complex that got the tax cut, you said yes. You weren't listening to what I was saying. So the fact that you didn't listen when I said I had lived in the US, you're not actually listening or engaging in the points that are made to you. You're so busy trying to monologue and say the thing that you want to say that you're not actually engaging in the conversation, which is weird. And this is why people don't like you, Zach.
Cool. So let's get back to the conversation. So you think that because money was given to corporations that helps the system. Do you know what else Donald Trump did famously, sort of economically, that maybe is not as popular amongst corporations?
Is it tariffs?
It might be tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty wildly unpopular. In fact, you've got Jamie Dimon talking about how they're bad. Like the system of corporate control has been pretty noticeably angry about it. The market initially reacted pretty unkind about it, and yet it couldn't be that he did it because A, it would incentivize companies to bring jobs back. B, it would raise revenue in a way that wasn't tied to asking corporations to self-proclaim their income.
And how many more jobs do you have?
Which is what you think we should do. We should just increase the income tax on them.
How's the unemployment rate looking, Zach?
The unemployment rate is going to continue to go up for the foreseeable future as AI continues to destroy jobs in America.
Oh, so
look for it. That has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
So hang on. What do you mean it has nothing to do with Donald Trump?
Did Donald Trump invent AI?
No, he didn't. But didn't the big beautiful bill? Didn't he try to put into the big beautiful bill that states would not be able to regulate AI within their states for 10 years? And I seem to remember that Marjorie Taylor Greene came out and said that they added that at the last minute and they didn't get time to read through that part of the bill. So
this is not something.
Isn't Donald Trump engaging in building big like AI kind of data centers across the United States? So it sounds to me like he's very much engaging in the development of AI.
Of course he's.
And also, you can provide evidence that AI is taking people's jobs, Zach. You just make these claims. That's another thing. You're making claims about AI is taking everybody's jobs. Where?
You know what? It's funny.
Where?
I had that conversation with the CEO of Uber when he sat next to me.
Oh, look.
I'm pretty confident.
Okay.
At my Rosh Hashanah dinner 2 years ago. Actually, he was my girlfriend's uncle. But I am a futurist. I'm a paid futurist. I've literally been saying I had my event called the Futurist Sessions, where I was talking to major people in 2015 talking about AI. Like, I'm very
Oh.
confident in what I know about what's going to happen.
What I
going
do need
forward.
it. Let me respond to that. People dislike you so much they paid to kick you.
Oh, that,
Tabby, thank you so much for the Galaxy
W,
W. Tabby in the
Tammy.
comments. I don't know why the 30K for new likes is such a different font than the other one. Even though I double checked it, they have the same font. It's really weird. Anyways, that's a me
Can I
problem, not a
just
you problem.
say, being
Good.
a paid futurist sounds like the most made up job I have ever
Right?
heard. And anyone who is paying Zach to be a futurist, you
Whatever
really need
that
to have
is.
a very careful think about what you are doing.
I have
I
a
also
couple.
wanted to point out to him that there's been a decline, by the way, in manufacturing employment. What is it? 72,000 jobs between April and December of 2025. So where are these jobs that those tariffs were supposed to have boosted?
Yeah, I have a couple things
We're
to
not
say.
seeing it.
Yeah, I have a couple things to say. One, so I guess he's Jewish. He said he had Rosh Hashanah dinner. Was that his? Did he say or?
Yeah, he said at Rosh Hashanah dinner.
I'm interested because there's a lot of anti-Semites on the right that very far, and I'm wondering what his position on that would be, considering there are many people within his ideology that would dislike him. Also, too, was it Thickless that said it? What's the deal that he tweeted something? What's this tweet that he said that he did? Does anybody know?
I was also going to bring up the fact that, again, he voted for Trump more than once, but wants to blame corporations
That
up the
was weird.
wazoo when we
Yeah.
know that Trump is taking money left and right, and he's been giving money. It's just...
Yeah, it's weird. But if somebody knows
You
about
don't
what
see the
he
problem?
tweeted, if anybody can tell me about what he tweeted, he posted a ton of tweets about being attracted to minorities. I want to see the exact tweet. And if your opposition hits the request button, there was somebody named Robot Kami in a request. I was interested in talking to that person. That was weird. Yeah, Peabody, let me know. But listen, I'm gonna say, and this is not in defense of him by any means. He is definitely one of the worst guests. I've said guys. I was a teenager in the suburbs of Chicago. I said a lot of stupid things when I was younger, right? I said slurs, I think, I don't want to speak for any other people, but I commonly said many, many slurs when I was younger, and thank God I didn't put those things on the internet, but I said the N-word bunch when I was younger, or I used the R slur, I used plenty of slurs, so all I'm trying to say is I don't want to necessarily use somebody's past against them. It just depends on how much they change what their views on those things are now. And again, I don't even know what he tweeted on, or tweeted about, so I'd have to see it.
Apparently,
Have
it was
views
about.
changed since he voted for Trump? And
Well,
we have
again,
been
that
saying
wasn't.
for a
Again, that
while
was
Trump
that
likes
was
to
not.
say things about young
that-
girls.
That was not a defense of him by any means. I want to make that abundantly
No,
clear.
I know. I'm just saying,
Okay.
yeah. I'm just saying it's interesting because, again, people can change. I believe that and support
100%.
that. But if you're saying things about underage girls at one point in your life, and now you're voting for a man that has a lot of allegations from underage girls, maybe you haven't changed that much. Just my thought.
Yeah, no, I mean, I 100% agree, but I am interested in seeing what that tweet was.
I can confidently say that apart from when I was reading a book at school that had the N-word in it, I've never used the N-word. The R slur, it has never been a big thing here. That's an American thing, I think.
Yeah.
So
I said a lot when I was younger. Yeah, for sure I did.
Yeah. So I've never engaged in that. But also I just don't think the reason that someone bats I'll stop. You can talk to this person.
No, you can finish it. Guess we'll get to you in a second. Hang tight. Yeah, no, go ahead, finish.
Well, the reason I got bat signaled is because somebody in another live had said that in the UK the government was arresting people for speaking out against the government, which is not a thing. Okay, you can speak out, you can say anything you like about the government unless it's a threat to us, a threat or something which would be the same in the US. Unless it's a specific threat to an individual, you can say whatever you like about the government. They have no recourse to do anything about that. But that's why they called me in. And I just think it's weird that people come online and make shit up. Like, just stop it. Don't do it.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Hey guys, how old are you?
52, but I'm only going to agree to talk if Erica is not allowed to talk.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Why? That's a weird thing to say. Why can't she talk?
That's a weird
Because
thing
she doesn't understand common decency and how to not interrupt.
Well,
I'm just gonna go get a book and I'm gonna read it out to you all. So I'm afraid you're gonna have to wait until I finish the 350 pages.
How is Doug going to make $20
I'm sorry,
off
are you
of me then,
interrupting me?
Erica?
It
Oh,
seems
look at
you
that,
don't
you just
understand
interrupted.
common decency.
How's Doug going to make his $20?
Hypocrite.
But Doug's gonna make his money because people enjoy listening to me speak.
Erica, come on.
Put a 1 in the chat if you would like to listen to me read a book.
Put a 1 in the chat if you'd rather Doug make $20 off of
Why
somebody
would you?
kicking him.
Why
Wait,
would
those
you
aren't
tell
the only
someone
options,
to
though.
say mama in the
Original.
chat?
wait, both can happen. I can make $20 and she can also read. Thank you
Well,
guys
if
for the
I'm
ones.
quiet, you're not going to make $20. It requires me talking to get somebody
I really
manipulated
doubt
in
you have
chat
much
to
to
send
say.
you $20. You want to bet?
We'll see about
Doesn't
that.
sound like you do. You came in here just yelling
Work-
about Erica
It worked
talking.
yesterday, and it'll work tomorrow.
No,
Like-
I don't think it will. Because you see, I was already up here when you came up. And if you don't want to talk to me, you can go to a live that I'm not in and you can talk to them. But what you can't do is come here to a live that I am co-hosting with Doug and tell Doug that you don't want me to speak.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I
I
see
actually
Zach.
do whatever I want.
I mean, you're allowed to do anything you want in person. No one's going to stop you.
Well, here too. Tell somebody in chat is manipulated enough to send $20.
Paying
Okay.
attention though, have you?
I'm just trying to read Zach's tweets, his old tweets. When are these from?
Oh, you did some
09.
investigating.
It's from 2009. What was that, 16 years ago? Okay.
Chat is hilarious. They're all saying I don't run anything, but I promise
Well, you
I'm
don't.
going to get Doug $20.
So I'm
gonna
seeing.
get you $20, Dougie.
Okay, cool. I'm reading Zach's tweets. Yeah, they are pretty bad. I want to make it very clear. They're
We're
very
business
bad.
partners at this point.
Yeah.
Why
Nobody
are
cares.
you interrupting him?
We're business for $20.
Hush!
tell you-
He's trying to talk to people about what he
He's
found.
he's interrupting him because he has no common decency.
So a lot of his tweets
Yeah.
are very, very off-colored jokes that like comedians sometimes like. It's almost like he's trying to quote like some comedian. I'll say one of them. I don't really care. Whenever I meet guys, this isn't me saying this, I'm reading. Whenever I meet a girl at the bars, we hit it off instantly, and I know you might call them monkey bars, but whatever, potato, insinuating monkey bars, young women, or girls, really. I'm going to create a machine that can actually tell when no means yes. Okay, that's bad. When it
No,
means...
that's sticky.
Yeah, when she means she's going to call, and when it means she's going to call the cops afterwards. I don't know what to...
Ew.
Okay. Yeah, no, these are actually bad. I was about to like very, very
Like I like dark humor. I like a dark humor joke. Don't get me that's not
I
dark
do too.
humor. That's
I'm all for
that's a
jokes.
reality.
I'm
It's
all
gross.
for jokes, even if they're very, very dark jokes or whatever. But the context is incredibly important. The person who's making the jokes, their views is also very important to it, right? And I would say in the sense that like he clearly hasn't changed in the least bit, makes those really, really bad. But like I said really shitty things again when I was younger. I probably said things almost very similar to that. But I am also not like Zach right now. And I think that's the big difference. So
Doug,
let me read the
Tammy has
Diddy
asked
comment.
me-
Let me read the Diddy
Oh,
comment.
okay.
Oh no, go ahead. You can go.
see
Go.
that
I was going to say, Tammy has asked me to keep talking. So I would like you all to tell the story of my life, and I'm going to go in detail through all 47 years, if that's okay.
Yeah, let me read this
with
Diddy
you.
comment, then you can do it. Diddy has inspired me with his words and energy. This is in 2009. I've decided to become Diddy if he would just put the lotion in the basket. Wait, how did he say that in 2009 if we didn't know about that?
Maybe he went to one of his parties.
Uh,
As he knows the guy that owned Uber, it sounds like he might have, known some connected people.
how did... he's from New York? But so he must have gone, but like there's no way he wouldn't have known about that.
See, Caitlin, you're right. That is a Silence of the Lambs reference.
It
It's
is.
said to a woman who's been kidnapped. So I wonder if he was trying to make a reference about how he's going to become Diddy with his skin.
Yeah.
That's what the whole.
I don't know what that means. The one above it is
what that
quoting.
means.
The one above it's quoting Matthew McConaughey from what is it? I'll read it real quick. You know what I love about Jesus. You know what I love about middle school girls? I keep getting older and they stay the same age. Jeez. Yeah, he's quoting Matthew McConaughey from.
That's a Matthew McConaughey thing.
What's that movie? I can't think of it. Somebody in the comments is
Dazed
going to
and
say.
Confused.
Dazed and Confused. That's
It's
it.
called.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, not Fast Time's a different one, Tommy. But I can see how you'd confuse it too. All right.
I actually know Cole Hauser who was in Dazed and Confused.
But the thing about that is, it's not the fact that he made it's the fact that he made that lotion comment specifically talking about Diddy,
Yep.
which it may be a coincidence, but it's a bit on the nose.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is a little.
No, it again, it's bad in the context of some of those were pretty shitty, by the way. It's bad in the context that like he clearly is like the same person, right? He doesn't like express like if I made those tweets in 2009, right? I'd be really, really ashamed, and like clearly my views are different, and I would not support any. Like it's just very different in context.
But Doug, if you'd made those jokes in 2009. I'm going to assume that you would have gone back and deleted them.
That as well.
Them up.
Right, because again, I'm fully admitting, and I don't even have to because there's no evidence of this, that I've said a plenty of slurs. I've made plenty of shitty jokes when I was younger. But again, I'm obviously a very different person now, and those aren't things that I would make today at all. So I'm not going to hold somebody's past against them if currently today they're a different person, they express regret, and they wouldn't make those types of jokes today. Right? Anyways, we saw that guy here. Realty, what are we talking about? What's up? Realty.
He's in the chat.
All right,
Just
well, that's
typing
weird.
away.
Do we have somebody else? People don't change? I don't know. I don't
Doug,
necessarily
you got
agree
to
with
get a
that.
better chat. They
Yeah,
can't even afford to tap.
We have someone in the request called Mitch Scrote, which is a
Yeah,
lovely
that's weird.
name.
Yeah, let's just get to them.
Doug, address your chat. Address your chat. Tell them to quit being so broke.
EMT Dad said the V word.
All right. Oh, gosh, let me see. I'm sorry.
Did EMT Dad finally get manipulated into sending some money? About time.
Well, hey, Realty, I do want to say something. Somebody in chat dislikes you so much that they paid to kick you. Brandon, thank you for the $19.41.
Can I
Since I
just-
paid yesterday, I'll repeat today. Nostalgia. Brandon, you're the best. Thank you. W. Brandon in the comments. Go ahead,
Can
Erica.
I just say, I no longer need any money because I'm living in that guy's head rent free. So I now have accommodation without having to pay for it. So I'm going to sell my house and I'm just going to move into, mind you, his brain might be too small for me
I was going
to.
to say it's probably very spacious in there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. So, guess what's up? How old are you?
32.
Okay. And did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
Okay. How do you think he's doing so far?
I think he's the GOAT.
Okay. Give me something today that he's doing good at.
Just being the GOAT.
Okay. Do you want to have a
I don't
serious
know.
conversation, or are you just gonna just repeat that?
Repeat what?
Do you just want? Can we have a serious conversation? Otherwise, I'm just gonna kick you. I
Yeah.
don't feel like. Okay. So, just what is he doing well at?
Just being president.
Okay. Give me something more specific, please.
The Dow's doing pretty good.
What does that have to do with him? Okay. Take care. Goodbye.
Mitch. Yeah, I was gonna say, is the Dow a reflection of what's going on in our economy?
Was that Pam Bondi?
Sorry.
I mean, you must have a cold, Pam, but
Yeah, she sounds terrible from all that screaming she was doing.
yeah.
That
Pam,
was weird.
Pam, get some like throat lozenges or you know, get on the vocal zone, Pam. That was terrible.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's odd. If you guys are enjoying the live, there's a red follow button on the top left. Click it now, and also send in your damn heart maze. If you don't, again, I will track it down.
If you donate to Doug now, it will go towards the Pam Bondi Dayquil Fund. Because Pam, she's suffering. That something bad's happened to Pam's voice.
Mitch, unfortunately, you didn't have the ability to have a conversation when you were up here, so you're not allowed to speak in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. I'm making the executive decision to mute you for the entire live. You're ready. You're welcome to come back up and have an actual conversation, Mitch, but you're not going to talk in the comments. Okay. M. Garrett doesn't know what accent you have, Erica. Just odd.
It's my accent is the one that I have.
How do they not know what accent it is?
It's my accent. I think you'll find a lot of us in northeastern Mississippi sound like this.
Sorry, I almost choked on my tea. That was funny.
Oh, you don't know that I'm from very, very far northeast Mississippi? Did you not know that?
No, I didn't.
We all did not know
Such a surprise.
There are definitely people in the comments that knew that I was from Mississippi.
Yeah, this is well known, guys. This is very well known.
Like my ancestors came over on the Mayflower, and they just lived. They lived a really remote life where they didn't really interact with anybody else. So we all still talk like this. That's what happened.
Makes sense.
Solid in the tube comment says we need people to come back to the middle. I don't know what you mean by that. If you mean people who are far right, sure, but I don't see how. I don't see how anyone far left would harm the country. Like, if we just use the example, if the far right got their way, there would be a lot of goddamn issues, right? Like, people's rights would be taken away. There would be awful fucking things happening. If the far left got their way, like, what bad things would happen? I don't think anybody can give me a reasonable answer as to what would happen if the far left got their way. Like, oh no, trans people exist. Oh no, people have healthcare. Oh no, people have housing. Right. How awful. Yeah, I'm going to say far left as possible as well.
Yeah, like if progressives had their way, they are farther left than liberals. We'd be so much farther ahead.
Somebody in the comments says the US far left is centrist in the rest of the world.
Yes.
Like, I want to make this point. Like, I know a lot of Americans who say they're progressive, right? When they say they're progressive, what they're saying they want is stuff that most countries, most developed nations already have. Yes. Like universal healthcare, like paid vacation, like mandatory paid vacation, like mandatory paid maternity or paternity leave. All of that stuff, everybody, the things that American progressives say they want is stuff that I already have.
Right.
So for me to be a progressive, I need to go even further left than that because I already have that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Doug? Do you ever watch Allison? It's Allison.
I'm not aware of who that is.
So she asks a really good question, which is, how do you what do you see in 15 years? What do you want the country to look like? Like, what do you want to have changed? And apart from getting rid of migrants, the Trumpers can't say what they want to, what they, what do they want to be better?
That's a really
What do they
good
want?
question. I like that question.
Yeah. And they can't tell her. They're like, well, I just want it to be like now, but with less immigrants.
Yeah.
They literally can't say what they want to be better.
Yeah.
Because
I'm gonna ask
better all means the country doing more for the people, right?
Yeah. So let's ask that. There's 160 people in the tube watching. There's like 210 on TikTok. If you are far right, you identify as far right, what is it that you do want in the next 20-ish years? Tell me in the comments. Tell all of us in the comments. Now, also, if you're far left, well, let's do the far right first. Far left people, hold up. Don't say anything yet. Far right, what do you want in the next 20-ish years? People in the tube, I want you to comment. People on TikTok, I want you to comment. I'm genuinely curious as to hearing what do you think would be good. Tech quiz.
Tech quiz.
That comment deserves a prize. That's just.
I want them to reintroduce first cousin marriage. That's what I would like.
Because
I don't. Okay, no one on TikTok so far is responding. Again, if you're in TikTok, there's 200 people, and you identify as far right or even a little ish right. Tell us what you want in the next 20 years. Seriously, I genuinely want to see. And again, in the tube, I want you to answer as well, please.
Someone in the comments said they want me to live in the US. No.
Okay, we got
I
one
like
answer.
You enough to not want you to live here, Erica.
Okay, James, thank you in the tube for commenting. I really appreciate it because nobody else seems to want to answer it seriously. So they said better economy. Okay, I think everybody can agree with that. Families to get closer to God and multiply and prosper.
See, that's government overreach. Like, what are you talking about?
It's weird because somebody
Do you want
else
the government to enforce people breeding.
Somebody else in the comments said the government to get the F out of my life and out of the way, which is a direct contradiction to the other one. It's almost like they can't even agree on what they want in the next 20 years. That's so weird. Undo the Patriot Act. Okay, that's fine. We want no fraud, including voter fraud. Okay, great. That hardly ever exists, so we're already there.
Hang on, didn't you vote for a president who committed 34 counts of falsifying business records, which is a kind of fraud?
Yes.
Like what?
It's like every time they say something, there's an immediate contradiction, and it's just so frustrating that they can't even catch themselves saying it.
Didn't
to
he
try to
also?
lie.
Hasn't he also pardoned multiple? He pardoned that guy in Florida that committed like £210 million worth of Medicaid and Medicare fraud.
Yeah,
like
Trump has pardoned so many people that have committed fraud. Like if we count all the money together of the pardons that Trump has for people that committed fraud, we're talking well over $1 billion worth, which is wild. But they still scream about Somali fraud, which all fraud's bad, guys. All fraud is bad, but you seem to be focusing on the one that is less harmful. This one
but
says,
if you bring up Trump University and that fraud, they get all mad.
I know.
And it's like,
So it's selective fraud.
A scam.
Selective fraud. This one says we want to keep most of the money we make, if not all of it, because we worked for it. We want a government that's able to bring in way more money than we send out. Okay, I'm all for people in the middle and lower class to keep most of their money. I think most people on the left would agree with that. But we do want things.
Hang on.
Sure, go ahead.
There's a contradiction there though as well, because how do governments make money?
Yeah,
they make money through. The only way governments make money is through taxation.
Yeah.
So
they can't take in more than they spend. Yeah, they said they want
You're gonna be paying, right? Even if you don't pay income tax, and this, people need to understand this. Even if you don't pay income tax, there is gonna be tax levied on you in one way or another. And the good thing about income tax is that it's graduated. So the people that earn the least pay the smallest percentage of their money to income tax. Millionaires, well, let's say billionaires. Billionaires need a very tiny portion of their wealth to actually live on, whereas somebody who's in like one of the lowest tax brackets, they need all of their money to live on. It's a wild thing.
Put way more money into the economy than a billionaire who's not being taxed in the proper amount.
Somebody makes a really good
'Cause
comment.
again, like you said, they don't need a lot. They're not like a billionaire doesn't have like an entire city living in their home.
Yeah.
They don't need a lot.
Somebody in the comments or in the tube makes a really good comment. They said, "Oh shit, where'd it go?" 99% of people who are worried about "quote unquote" paying too much in taxes aren't the people that need to pay more. Exactly. It's really baffling to me that the people that worry so much about that are not even remotely close to the class of people that we are even referring to. I'm sorry, if you make 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 200,000, we're not talking about you. Like, this isn't in relation to you. Stop talking. Somebody keeps asking if we're entitled to their labor. But yeah, go ahead, Erica.
Well, you forget because you know as well as I do that that half of the Trumpers that we speak to talk like they're billionaires who are down on their luck just for a short period of time. Like they're gonna, like, this at some point in the future is gonna directly affect them because they're gonna become they're very definitely, even though they're already 57 and they're earning 80k a year, but they're very definitely at some point in their life going to become a billionaire, and so it will affect them. And they're just temporarily, what is that phrase, they're temporarily, I can't remember, but they're just down on their luck for a bit.
Just for a little bit.
No, not
Temporarily
displaced. It's not displaced, it's another word. And I can't remember what it is.
Terror Bear says something I would agree with. Even if you make $1 million, we're still not really referring to you. Like, we're referring to the hundreds of million people, the billion, the tens, the hundreds of billion, like those people. We're not talking to you if you make $1 million. Like,
yeah, the comments are right. It's a temporarily embarrassed billionaire. Like someone who was a billionaire last week, but then something bad went wrong in their company, and suddenly they've become like they've been declared bankrupt, but they'll be back again in 3 weeks' time with a new company.
Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder if those like individuals who say that kind of stuff are like really into Bitcoin, and they think that's
they just think they're just going to luck out and somehow it's going to shoot up. I'm sorry, guys, you're all late to Bitcoin. Your chance to be a millionaire with Bitcoin, it's gone. It's gone. Unless you have like 100-ish thousand to put in there and you can wait 10, 20, 30 years. Okay, that's a different story. But your average person isn't putting in 100,000 into Bitcoin. You're putting in like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, something like that, right? That's probably the average. But your time to make money off that was 10, 15 years ago. 2010, 11, 12. That's when you could have done it. That's not occurring anymore. I'm sorry, you missed the time. And it's not going to happen in other cryptos either. You're gambling and essentially wasting your money. Man. Are you entitled to my food if I grow it? Somebody is asking. This person is obsessed with asking these questions. They're asking all sorts of questions. If I grow my own food and you do nothing, are you entitled to my food? No one's talking about you, DJ. You're not relevant to this conversation, buddy. Like, I don't like. Do you just want attention, DJ? You guys don't know who I'm talking to. It's in the tube comment section. And guys, I in 2013, 14, 15, I, not for the sake of investing, but I bought things online through the gray market. I don't know, the clear net, whatever you would want to call it. Like, it's not quite the black market. I bought stuff on there with with Bitcoin, and there was times I had $200-300, which now it would probably be hundreds of thousands. But I wasn't putting money in there to invest it, so I mean, I had my time too.
Gwen said, Doug, you are so wrong. The one and only on TikTok said that I'll be so rich with crypto.
God,
right.
the one and only.
I'm going to tell you the two groups of people who I dislike talking to the most are Phil Bros and Crypto Bros.
God, Crypto Bros are the worst.
They are so bad.
But the one and only Eric is very annoying because he's all about these like conspiracy things. Like he thinks he knows all of this information that he's privy to that like nobody else knows. I don't even know where he gets his info from.
Doug, I asked him once what the 3 branches of government were, and he couldn't answer me. So his response was to ask me how many Dogecoin were originally issued.
Because that's very important to know. That is very important.
I don't care. I don't care how many Dogecoin were originally issued. Don't care. Have no interest in
right, because that guy's probably voting too. So scary thought.
He is voting, but not only is he voting, he's been round to houseless people in his local community and got them to give him their money to invest in Bitcoin.
What? I don't even know who. See, I avoid Bitcoin guys all the.
They're annoying. All right, I want to address more people in the comments.
So
somebody, listen. I don't hate people that are rich. I don't know where you guys get this idea from. I don't hate people that are rich. I'm not trying to make them not rich at all. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Okay, if you want, I'm fine. If you want to make more money, make your money. Make more money than the average person. I don't care. Again, you are not who we are talking to. All right. So all of you people in the comments, you think again you're gonna make hundreds of thousands, a million, whatever. You're not the people we are talking to. This isn't about you. So shut up. God damn, these people are annoying.
But it is, Doug, because they're temporarily embarrassed billionaires. I told you.
Listen, there are people on the very, 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 very far left that would be against, people making a lot more money, right? Those people would, typically be for like a communist system. But like that's not what Erica, Alex, and I are talking about. None of us are communists, right? So like I don't know why you keep talking about that. And as Erica said, like I am not against it. I think the idea of it is fine, but I agree with Erica that like likely I just don't think it's something that's feasible within like society. I think it's a great idea. I just don't see it working.
You know what happened? We said the word crypto and Anthony appeared in the comments.
That's funny.
Anthony once explained to Eric the blockchain because Eric didn't know anything about the blockchain. So Anthony actually explained the blockchain to Eric, the crypto bro. Anthony, I want to ask you a question. Do you think the age is over in which somebody can go from nothing to being a billionaire through crypto? Because if anyone will know about this, it's Anthony.
Yeah. Uncle Jimmy says, why are you so obsessed with the billionaire entrepreneurs? What a question. I would ask in response, like, why are you such a cuck for those billionaires? I would like for you to answer that question. Keep tapping and sharing, everybody. All of the people in the comment section of the tube, hit the subscribe button. Do it now. Do it now. Also, if you're in TikTok, click the follow button. If you're in TikTok, also go to the tube and sub to me. The link is in the bio. DJ, you need to shut up in the comments. DJ, you really have to shut up. You're getting very annoying. Sorry. Go ahead, Erica.
The back and forth in the TikTok comment section is hilarious because Wes Manistanian, who, by the way, follows me around the internet and is a bit weird, said, I have 79 million SHIB coins. Does he mean Shiba coins?
Shiba, yeah,
Shiba
probably.
Inus.
Yeah, Shiba.
And someone replied to him and said, and they're worth $4.82.
Yeah, something like that, right?
I bought £60 worth of crypto once upon a time, and it's now worth about £3.20. So 0 out of 10 would not do it. Would not recommend.
There's also one time I outside of what I talked about with Bitcoin with buying stuff. I did put a little bit into like a couple cryptos, and yes, it did not work out. I think it's just gambling. That's all it really is.
It's definitely gambling. Oh, Anthony can't still be here because he didn't reply.
DJ continues to ask the same question. If I grow my own food, you just want to take away what you want? Bro, nobody's talking to you. Grow all the food you want. Do whatever the fuck you want with that food.
Yeah, we don't care. Plus, by the sounds of you, DJ, I wouldn't trust like you to grow that food in a hygienic way. So I wouldn't touch it with somebody else's.
Yeah, DJ, like, it seems like you just want attention. Are you entitled to my labor?
I want to know, is DJ entitled to us answering his question? Because he seems to think he is.
Yeah, DJ, that's the last time I'm going to give you any sort of attention. You are getting zero more attention. Anthony, I see you in a request, but I want to see if I can get some ops still, because if you come on up and we start talking about all that, I think that's probably going to kill any chances of ops coming up. But we can still get to you, though, depending on which direction this goes in. So hang tight a little bit if you want, if that's okay. Okay, no, that's fine, Anthony. That's fine. I'll bring you up then, if it was just going to be a quick thing. Keep tapping and sharing, guys. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. Hit the red follow button. Follow all the panelists. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, folks. I will be brief. Erica, to answer your question, gaining wealth via volatility trading with any of the cryptocurrencies that aren't pegged to a particular fiat, no. That ship has sailed and is long gone.
Did you just
via
say pegs?
product pegged?
I know.
Yes.
I'm joking.
You know, like
You
when
caught
you
my
came here to
attention.
LA.
You caught my attention.
Don't threaten me
Well, that's
with
what
good
got your
time.
attention.
My ears perked up.
Via product development and actually the mathematics that's behind cryptography, yeah, sure, there's still plenty of product to be developed and money to be made there. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the company that we have. But no, you cannot do volatility trading in that realm and think that you're going to become wealthy. It's not going to happen. The people who already have the wealth, and there's just simply not enough supply left for someone to obtain wealth in that manner. And anyone that says different is a liar. And I will stand 10 toes down on that, because we already know, Erica, I've dog walked more than a few people in this realm. And I always offer to teachers a free set of questions from students that I will answer and reply with an attached document that you can share in the classroom.
Yeah, so Anthony did that for me. So I had some kids asking about how crypto works, and Anthony recorded me a video which I showed to them. They then, through me, were able to ask questions to Anthony about specific things. And my students were 12 and 13. So they then asked questions where they wanted to know their answers, because they're all interested in crypto because they hear about it online, but they don't really understand it. So it was awesome. They really enjoyed it. And I might show it to students who are interested this year as well, Anthony, and send you another set of questions.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I just did an article titled "The Market Is Not the Economy."
I saw you talk
And
about
I'm
that on
going,
Steve's live. On Steve's live on
yeah,
Friday, I think.
I
That
will.
was great. That was great. That was great.
Yeah, I will share that so that it can get on people's Substack. Just put my name on it. So I'll send it to Erica. Erica can send it to Doug and anybody else. And the next one that I'm going to do, I'll probably write it tomorrow, is going to be on the importance of compliance within the world of crypto, specifically stablecoin, because we had the Genius Act, but we haven't had any clarity, meaning there's no regulation, right? So the Clarity Act hasn't been completed. And so my company is or has now built a product that basically serves as compliance as a service for that world to make sure that we're ahead of the curve and not behind from a regulatory perspective. So more to come on that. And anybody that wants information on this or payments in general, or the world of finance, please threaten me with a good time and ask, and I will give me usually a day or two, and I can turn something around pretty
Do
quickly.
you know?
Because
Do you know what I'd love to see? Actually, I'd love to see Obi debate Zach,
Oh gosh,
the
yeah. Have you spoke to him
paid
before?
futurist.
Have you spoke to him before, Anthony? You know who Zach is, right?
there's
How do
a
we?
couple of Zachs, so I always get confused. There's
This is one
one.
without a K, so it's ZAC.
Maybe because remember I went away for like 7 months, so
Yeah.
possibly.
Let's see if we can get his picture. You would recognize his picture very quickly, his profile picture.
He's a paid futurist, Anthony.
He's
Anthony,
the guy that's not just Zach. He's also like Tim or something like that on another profile.
No, well, somebody in Discord take the if you guys can get his profile picture so I can show him. You would know him by his profile picture, I promise. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find him on my phone here, and I'll show you. Let's see.
Yeah, isn't his profile picture old too? I feel like every time
Yeah,
he's up,
it
somebody
is.
in the comments is like, "Change your profile picture."
It is.
And,
It
and
just?
by the way, my profile picture is new. This is what I look like today. Old.
I don't know. Yeah, somebody in Discord, just if you can help pull it up, because I don't remember his handle. But yeah, you would for sure recognize him.
Anthony was just taking a break from TikTok for a while, which I suggest we all do, to be honest.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I was developing a new company and needed to really focus not only on that, but also on my wife and daughter, and ever expanding adoptive daughters in the house now. So,
Gosh, I can't find his fucking profile. It's crazy.
Did you get your tattoo, Anthony?
the two girls that now live with us did. They are a couple, and so they did the kiss a napkin thing, and then they got that tattooed as their first tattoo on their third anniversary, also, which I think is fucking awesome.
Can
Jess,
you adopt me?
let me just respond to let me respond to Jess in the comments. Jess, you can join Discord by clicking on the link in my bio. If you just go to my bio, there's the Discord link. For some people, the link just doesn't work. So if that's pertaining to you, just DM me and I'll give you a link that does work. So that goes for anybody. Click on the link in the bio.
I got to figure out how to do that, because now I've got a Mac Pro for the new company because of the security shit. So Discord doesn't play well. So I got to figure that out.
Oh.
I mean, I could do it on my phone, but then that means I'm squinting for.
Do you like the MacBook?
A certain length of time.
Do you like the MacBook? Or
I fucking love it.
I love it too. I have one. It's great.
It's my first one. So,
I had one a long time ago, but I love it. I just like Macs in general. It's just a lot more user friendly.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's harder, I think, for people like me when we're older and on the spectrum. Introducing something new is frightening. But I just did my best to, basically not panic and just dive in, right? So yeah, so if and I think am I on your Discord?
That is a goddamn good question. I'm not. I'm not sure actually.
I probably should be. But I'm going to get back to writing and producing more material. So open to all suggestions. I write every day for work for the most part. But I would love to be of service and help people gain understanding, mostly to demystify and get rid of the noise. Right? There's so much misinformation out there, and unfortunately, um, platforms like this allowed the non-subject matter experts to gain followings and become trusted voices when they're not.
Anthony,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
we had a guy up here earlier that said that because I've actually read Mein Kampf to inform myself, that, by the way, very boring, 0 out of 10, would not recommend.
Did you read
But
it in German or in English?
well, I've read it in both actually,
Oh,
but
that's what I thought.
but my German is no longer good enough to. I wouldn't be able to read it in German now, but I used to be able to. But he he said that because I've read that, I must be a Schnazi if I read it with an open mind. And I was like,
That's
why
so
would I
stupid that he
read
said
that with
that.
an open
Trying to
mind?
equate that like
It
to
was really
you
stupid.
immediately want to learn how to be a Yahtzee is again just shows how ignorant that guest
It
was.
was a ridiculous thing. Yeah.
I didn't read
Yeah,
it as a guidebook, like a what to do. I read it to
Right?
inform myself about like different people's political opinions. It's so wild.
it is crazy. That's like saying that because I've been reading lately, my new thing is learning more about string theory, but that doesn't make me qualified to talk about it
Yeah,
or
for sure.
even say that I truly understand it. It just means that I could read and comprehend some of the concepts, right? But I would not be able to get into a PhD program with my level of understanding right now. Right. So, that's the other thing too that I've been trying to explain to people as politely as I can. Just because you could read the words on the page doesn't mean you comprehend the subject matter at all.
So
They won't accept that we have a reading
somebody
comprehension issue in this country.
somebody
Yes,
on
we
the
do.
tube was making fun of Erica. They said LMAO. She read Schindler's book. Says it all, bro. I don't think you'd listen to anything else she said. It's almost like you heard what you wanted to hear and just threw away the rest. Right? So, like, if you're
I've also,
making fun of her for reading a very, very far right ideological book, you should really hate on the people on your side, buddy. Those are the ones who seem
yeah.
to like him, who seem to say, he should have won the war, or some stupid
There
shit
was
that they
some
love
guy
to say
on
about him.
TikTok who was like, I read it and he had some great ideas. It's like,
Yes,
what?
they fall for old
What?
Schnazi propaganda. Like this one speech where he said he went to all the countries and wanted to ask for peace and this and that. That was propaganda. That was a lie, right? But there are people who
Yeah.
watch it now and believe that lie that Schindler said. It is wild how they fall for nearly 100-year-old propaganda. It's
Well,
absolutely crazy
I
to
want
me.
to I want to point out, I've also read Das Kapital by Karl Marx, not in the original German, in English. I've also read A Vindication on the Rights of Women by Mary Wollstonecraft. I've also read A Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. That does not mean that I necessarily agree
Right.
like that I agree with all of those people. It means that I want to educate myself on what other people throughout history have thought about things. I haven't read anything by Plato because he didn't write anything down, but I've read things that other people wrote down Plato said. Like I it's just freaking wild. Reading something does not mean that you either agree or disagree with it. Reading something is neutral.
You're just gaining knowledge of it. That's all it is. I don't understand how people don't get that.
Well, critical thinking is scary,
Well, there's that.
right? Because it's woke.
Right, like for example, reading Schindler's I don't know if I can say the name of the book, but you guys know the book that he made. Like, there's benefits to reading that, so we know now or in the future of what to look for if those things happen again. Right? That's the point of reading those things, to gain knowledge of how these things occurred, if they will occur again, anything like that. Like, that's good stuff to know. And the fact that you guys don't understand that in the comments, not necessarily in TikTok, but in the tube, is crazy to me.
Well, can I also point out the fact that I read that book in German meant that when a guy came up the other day who was called the English version of the name of that book, which is My Struggle, I was able to say to him, why is your screen name mine and then the other word in English? And Doug hadn't realized that, and nor had anybody else. It was because I had read the book and I'd read it in German that I was able to notice that he had that screen name.
Right.
Oh, that was just last week or earlier this week, right?
It was probably last weekend or it wasn't long
Okay. Because
ago.
I remember when I was watching and I was like, holy shit. I didn't catch it for sure, but I don't usually pay attention to people's names. I just look for really silly comments.
But yeah,
Oh,
I think
Raven,
people,
yes, you are a cop. Now, if you stay at a Holiday Inn Express, you could be the chief of detectives.
what?
You'd have to read the comment.
Oh, okay. I think though that people misunderstand reading is neutral unless I am reading something specifically because I agree or disagree with it. But reading by itself is a neutral act.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. Also, I said I was going to pop right back down, so now I'm a liar, so kick me. That way you can get back to your live.
You're all good, man. Good seeing you, Anthony, though.
I appreciate you guys. Good seeing everybody.
Make sure everybody give him a follow, okay? Take care, man.
I'm so glad Anthony is back. I really missed him.
Yeah, no, I like him a lot. He's great.
Especially around the time my dad died. I really missed that Anthony was here then.
I'm sorry for your loss, Erica.
It was before. I've coped remarkably well with it, actually, I have to say. Don't you think, Doug? Is he even listening?
I'm listening to you. You said you cope well.
Yeah, I've coped remarkably well with it, and in fact, I think my whole family has, and I think the reason for that is because we had the opportunity to say everything that we wanted to say.
Yeah.
So nothing was left unsaid. So
Yeah, that's important. It's kind of part of the closure process. I got that with my mother, but not with my father. So I'm on the middle of the road, going back and forth between still trying to process everything.
Yeah.
With one person and another person, I got more closure.
Erica, but that was good though. You were able to say everything you wanted to him. I think that is really good, and I think that probably does help quite a bit.
Which one of you summoned me up here?
Oh, I just saw your comment. I just thought you would be an interesting person to speak
man!
to.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. How old are you? I just need to know your name for TikTok US.
You need to know my age?
Yeah, it's TikTok terms of service. Don't take it personally.
Sure, I'm 32 years old.
Cool. We are close on age. All right, man. Did you happen to vote for Trump?
Yeah, but what does that matter?
Well, that's the point of the life. How do you think he's doing so far?
I mean, you invited me up here. I'm not interested in talking about Trump. I really don't give a shit what side of the aisle you stand on.
Well, you didn't have to accept the invite.
Why did you invite me up here?
Because your comment was dumb, and I just thought you'd be interested in human.
My comment's dumb? By congratulating you? Congratulations, man.
Cool. So why did you accept the invite?
Because you invited me up here. What am I going to
decline
it? I want to see what you want.
Decline an invitation. Have you never been invited somewhere and checked no on the RSVP?
Wouldn't you be curious on why you were invited?
Well, 95%
If
of
you
the people
received
we
a party
invite don't
invitation
accept
to
it.
somebody you don't know, wouldn't you want to know why you were invited to
I
that
don't
party?
think you're that ignorant to not know what you were saying in the comments would.
He knows.
Oh,
he's
do you think
just
me
playing dumb.
congratulating
on that
Doug? Do
side
you
of
think
it.
me
He
congratulating
knows.
Doug would invite me up here?
He's just playing dumb.
I know he
He
knows.
was playing dumb.
I have a question for you, Carl. How much did your followers cost?
How much did my followers cost?
Yeah.
Nothing. It was free.
Oh, because you've got no content on your account.
Yeah, because I deleted it all.
Oh, why did you delete it all, Carl?
Because this app is junk, and this is
Oh.
now my
Well,
sixth account.
Well, you're on it.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm on it. It doesn't. I don't use it for a platform anymore.
I'm sure.
Amazing, right? How that
that's
works.
weird.
Doug, let me check and see how many followers you got. Oh wow, you're up to 56. That's great, man. You're doing great work. You're changing the world.
Cool. I appreciate that. What is your issue with the LGBT plus community that you feel you had to make a comment like that?
Nothing, man. I'm proud of you. It's about time.
Okay. You think this is
What
like
made
funny?
Yeah, what made you think?
Do
that
I
was-
sound like
Hang
I'm
on.
a fucking comedian?
Carl,
No, I'm congratulating you.
Carl, what brought you to the opinion that Doug had finally come out? In your words,
Because he's putting flags behind him now, and he never used to
that's
do that.
not
so
an
I'm glad.
LG.
Good for him.
That's not an LGBTQIA plus flag. It just happens to be in
Yeah, the
colours.
colors would be, and no straight person is putting that on her room. Sorry, hate to tell you
I
that.
have
Well,
a shirt just like that I
What
wear.
makes hold on?
I'm sure you do.
What makes somebody
Not
gay
everybody.
though? Is
You're also
somebody's
not a man.
hold on? What makes somebody gay though? If you're gay, what's the prerequisite for that?
I would assume to be attracted to the opposite sex. Would you agree?
Right. Yeah, I would agree. So what does a flag have to do with that?
Well, I'm assuming that you're attracted to the opposite sex if you're going to put that on your wall.
Well, you
right?
mean the same. You mean the same sex, but
Yeah, I was going to say.
yeah, I didn't-
presumably,
yeah,
Carl,
yeah,
You're,
same,
you're
same.
attracted
Sure,
to the opposite
yeah.
sex, presumably.
So wait, are you not gay? Am I wrong?
yeah, you'd be wrong.
Oh, you're straight. Or are you bi?
I wouldn't say I'm straight. No, I'm not bi.
Or trans? I don't know.
Well, trans isn't a
However
sexuality.
you roll.
Trans is not a sexuality.
Well, it's not a gender either, right?
It's not a sexuality.
Yes.
You're asking
It's not
about my
a sexuality.
sexuality. You asked if I was straight. I said, well, no. You asked if I was gay.
It's
I
hard
said
to
no.
keep up. You know what I mean?
It's really not that difficult.
No, I mean, it's pretty hard. I mean, that's why the LGBTQ
I mean,
is so
maybe
fractured
if
right
you
now, right?
don't do any learning or asking people in the community about
Learning.
themselves and you hide
Sure.
away because you're phobic.
You mean pretend to validate trans people?
Oh, hang on, Carl. I just want to ask a question because we might have got this all wrong. Were you saying that to Doug because you want me to date?
Well, my brother's gay, not me. I mean, I have no problem with gay people. So if he was coming out of the closet, that's great
Then
for him.
why? Then I don't understand what would lead you to.
I don't understand why you think that my comment was disingenuous. Like, what part of that do you think
Well,
is
no,
disingenuous?
I just don't understand what brought you to the conclusion because we weren't talking about anything to do with sexuality at the time.
I was passing through this live and I saw that he had the flag up. I don't watch
But
Doug.
that's not an
If your brother is
LGBTQIA
gay,
plus
don't you know what the
flag.
flag looks like?
That 100% is LGBTQ flag.
No, it says
straight
anti-lies.
person has
Well,
it.
hold on.
LGBTQ
Let's
Sure.
read it
What
out.
colors- what colors are
it
on
says
it?
anti-lies.
No
Anti-lies.
straight person in the world
Shush.
would have that on
Shush.
their back. Get out.
Shush. Shush. Anti-lies.
Straight person.
Anti-hate. God damn it! You don't know how to shut the fuck up. Anti-lies. Anti-hate. Anti-racism. Anti-fascism. Anti-Trump. You could be all of those things, or against all those things.
Oh,
and
did he
be.
run?
Yeah, he left like something.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not even worried about this brother that he just claimed because if your brother was gay, I'm pretty sure you've seen what the actual LGBTQIA flag looks like.
Right.
And again, I'm sorry, I'm not falling for this nonsense bullshit of, oh, I'm just No, you're not. You're
It's
being
stupid.
A troll.
Yeah, it's really
Aw.
stupid.
I
But
think he's just scared of colors, guys. And colors,
Colors are
quite
scary. They are incredibly scary.
Yeah,
It's
he has to
just
hate
weird.
rainbows.
Like it would be one thing if he was like a 18, 19, 20-year-olds, like because that would be indicative of like what those age groups do. But like he was what 30s, I think he said. I don't know what he said. He was an adult. He was not in his 20s anymore, but acting like he was. That was the weird part, in my opinion. Anyways, guys, if you are enjoying live, click the follow button in the top left. Make sure you guys send in your heart me. 32, 30. Yeah, he was 33. That's right. He was I think 32. I remember he was close to my age. That's all I know. Shit, I was about to say something. Oh, heart me. Send in your heart me. Make sure you guys sub to me on the tube, okay?
Someone just asked what flag. So to the left of Doug's head, there is a black background with colourful words written on it. That is a flag. But it's not the LGBTQIA plus flag. It's another flag with words on it. I love, by the way, that he also slipped into that he's insecure about his own sexuality, in that he said no straight man would. I know plenty of straight men who would have that flag on their wall. The only straight men I know who wouldn't have that flag on their wall are not secure enough about themselves that they can openly support the LGBTQIA plus community, because they think that people would assume that they were one of them.
Yeah, I was insecure about like sexuality stuff when I was in high school, right? Like not in my 30s. Like, yeah, in high school, would I ever in high school
about a lot of things in high school?
What's
right?
that?
I mean, we're all. I said, to be fair, teenagers are insecure about.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. In high school, would I ever put a flag up like this? Fuck no, I wouldn't. In high school, because I would be sort of embarrassed and I'd be insecure. I have no insecurity today about my sexuality. I don't give a shit about putting that up there, in the sense of how people would see me. David, thanks for the 5 on the blue out with a V. W. David in comments. It says, Carl, get in line, bitch. I've been working on Doug unsuccessfully for 1.5 years. You don't get to butt in line. No pun intended. I said the no pun intended. He didn't say that. But thank you, David. I appreciate it. W. David in the comments. Funny.
I think it's just weird. Like, I say this a lot, right? But when people say, "Oh, you shouldn't dislike somebody else for their opinion," in my opinion, and this is just me personally. Well, this is just me personally. I think someone's opinion is the only thing that you can legitimately dislike them for. But well, their opinion and their actions, right? Because the difference between the left and the right is we dislike people because they have shitty opinions. They dislike people for things about themselves
for who they are.
changed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for their identity.
But it's not just about having shitty opinions. Like, I don't care if you like pineapple on your pizza or not, or if you like Coke versus Pepsi. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. It's not about necessarily different opinions. It's that your opinions are harmful in the sense of who you vote for are just very destructive to people's lives, right? Like, that's why I disagree with you and find you to be problematic. It's very different than just like a harmless opinion, because that's what they make it out to being. They're like, well, you just hate me for my opinion. No, like it is so much deeper than that.
Yeah, and they're going to take their opinion and they're going to try to cash in on it and make video after video after video with nothing but misinformation about whatever opinion they have. And they're going to try to make their audience see, oh, see, my opinion's the right one, when all their misinformation, it's misinformation, it's disinformation, it's just straight up lies.
Mm-hmm.
It's
100%.
Yeah, I'm not going to get on board with somebody who is saying things that could harm, let's say, another group of people.
I know, 100%.
I'm sorry, that opinion sucks. If that's your opinion, that you're okay with a group of people being harmed, that's a shitty opinion. It's a shitty person.
Right. Despite the fact that I love you all greatly,
it's late and you have to go to bed.
It's 1:30. I don't have work tomorrow, but I am going to go to bed. So, thank you. Now you can all fuck off. Bye.
Bye, Eric. I love you. Make sure you all give her a follow. Oh, yeah. Scientific Snitch in the comments. Hello, Snitch. I love having you on the lives. Everybody give Scientific Snitch a follow.
Bye.
She has amazing, amazing content on all different platforms. Like here on TikTok, IG, I'd imagine on the Tube and others. If you guys care at all about anything as it relates to health and fitness and food related stuff, give Scientific Snitch a follow, please. Promise you won't
Supplement
regret
questions. There's always a lot of
Anything.
those.
it. Yep. Anything about that. Keep tapping and sharing though, guys. We are looking for ops, okay? So if you are one, please hit the request button. Opstein, anybody that voted for Trump, okay? And guys, at the moment, we're not taking any friendlies, okay? Please don't take it personally for anybody. Not taking any friendlies, again. Just opposition for the time being, okay? 1 second. Okay, where are we at? Okay, and if you're on the tube again, make sure you give me a sub, okay? I think it's actually 1,000 subs to monetize. I don't think it's 500. I think I was mistaken on that one. I think it was. Okay, we have a somebody coming up. Scared to debate you, Raven. I don't know about that. Christian, what's up?
I mean, how are we destroying America? I think America's destroying itself. I wouldn't say it's just MAGA.
I just need to know your age before we move forward. How old?
21.
Okay. And
21.
what year? Okay, cool. And what year were you?
2004.
Okay, cool. So you said what is destroying America? I'm sorry.
Just the people running it are destroying America.
Did you happen to vote for
I'm
Trump?
not talking about Trump. I'm talking about the people that are. I'm talking about the donors. I'm talking about the people that are all buddy with Epstein and all those people.
Well, they're not really buddies with him anymore because he's no longer on this earthly plane.
Well, yeah, but the people that were going to that island. I mean,
Like
here's my solution to it. I say we put them all on a lie detector, and we ask them, "Were you doing things with kids?" If they say yes, and they or they are lying about doing it, take them to the wood chipper, shove them in.
So how do you feel about them blocking every chance to do proper investigations, like redacting names and Pam Bondi hiding pages?
Well, I think the whole system's corrupt. I don't think we're ever gonna get the whole list until the whole system is like down. Like we gotta do some like 1776 type shit in order to get that. And I don't think that's ever gonna happen. And I don't think it's the right or the left. I think it's like America versus the satanic weirdo schmedophile.
Don't lump Satanists in with that group. They're a completely different group of individuals.
No, I'm talking about the people that literally worship Lucifer.
Did you vote for Trump?
And I'm talking about a group of individuals known as Satanists, which are a practice. They consider themselves a religion and they don't worship Lucifer.
Guess, did you vote for Trump?
I did. Well, I think the biggest flaw in America right now.
Wait, hold on. What year did you graduate high school?
2023.
All right. You have a very young voice, so I just want to really make sure that you
I get that shit a lot.
I mean, to be fair, you sound like you're 12.
I'm 21.
I know you said that. I'm just making sure.
Put
You
that
sound
shit
like
around.
you're 12. All right, listen, you gave all the proper answers. Like, I'm just gonna have to take you for your word. But if you voted for Trump, I'm a little confused. Do you still support him?
I don't know if he actually. I don't know what's true and what's not. The only way to figure out what's true is to put him, like I said, lie detector, all of them.
Well, lie
Do you think
detector
him
tests
just
aren't.
hiding all this stuff is suspicious? Do you think that Congress protecting him is not suspicious?
Well, I think it's not just the fact they want to protect him. It's the fact they want to protect everyone in the system, like Democrat, Republican. They're all
No,
in the
those
same
are
boat.
Republicans that are doing it. The Republicans in Congress are the ones. They have the majority.
They also voted no on the Epstein files a bunch of times. A bunch of them. It's
A
both
bunch
sides.
of who? Republicans, Democrats. Which one? Who voted a bunch of times?
Anyone who voted no to release that. It's not just Republicans. It's Democrats too.
What Democrats? Name them.
The Democrats?
Yes, name the Democratic representatives who voted
I think there
to.
was 12 Democrats that voted no on the Epstein files.
And I was asking for their names.
I don't remember the fucking names.
Okay. Do you mind not eating when you're on live? It's just the chewing. people seem not to like too much.
And how many of the Republican representatives?
Dude, you think I'm on their side either, dude?
It does sound like it because you voted for them. You
I'm
voted
just-
for the Republican Party to be in the
I
White
voted for
House.
the Republican Party because they're the party that lines up with my values and my beliefs. I don't
Your
believe
Like
in
what? What are your values? What
Now
are
you
your
want permanent
values?
wood chipper.
Yeah,
Dude,
what
I'm
are
a
your
Christian nationalist.
cool? What are your
Ugh.
values? Tell us your values. Hold on, tell us your values.
Traditional conservative Christian values.
Okay, well, tell us what that means. Be a little more specific.
I would say the fact that we need to actually bring Christ back into the schools. We need to actually start.
How so? How would that look? How would that look?
How would it look?
Yeah.
Put the Ten Commandments in there.
Okay. How would that ben? Well, number one, there's a separation between church and state. If you
Yeah, that's our biggest mistake. That's how Epstein came to be a thing.
that has nothing to do with
The
Epstein.
separation of church and state have been around.
I don't care. I want it gone. I don't want anyone to have the ability to worship Baal.
Care because it's been around longer than you or I, and it should continue to be around longer than you or I.
Yeah, so people can
You don't
worship
need to
Baal
have
and
10
do
commandments
pedophilic
in-
shit on islands. I know you love that, don't you?
What are you talking about? I
They
didn't
were
vote
worshiping.
for the man who's mentioned
They were
thousands
worshiping
of times.
Baal. They were worshiping Baal on that island. That's
Who?
your separation
What?
of church and state. They're worshiping the god of human sacrifice.
What the fuck are you talking
You
about?
sound like a conspiracy.
You're saying
I've
some
read
really
the
odd
files,
stuff.
dude. Epstein
You've
literally
read-
had a bank
you've read
account called Baal.
all those millions of pages, darling. It does not sound.
No, I
like you
typed.
have the
I literally
capacity to
typed
read
the
a
word
Harry
Baal
Potter
into the
novel.
Epstein files, and it came up with a bank account that Jeffrey Epstein owned, called Baal.
But I want to go back to what you
George
want.
Bush was also chopping off the limbs of
Okay,
babies and
Okay,
eating
okay, you got to stop with
Okay,
this. We
stop.
can't have this on TikTok. You need to stop. All right, you need to stop saying weird ass shit for just stop saying weird shit. Okay.
It's not weird ass shit. Read the actual files.
Okay, great. Stop
You
saying
haven't
weird
read
stuff.
the actual files.
Yes, I fucking
You're
have.
not
I
over here
literally
taking-
just told you
you're not
exactly
over
what was
here
in it.
taking any sort of accountability for the man you voted for. The
I-
man you voted for is mentioned.
I
thousands
voted
of times
for
in
him.
those
I don't
files.
agree with him as a man. I agree. The only thing I agree with him with is his policy. That's the
What
only
policy?
thing I
What
agree with.
policy?
That's
What policy?
wild. That's
What
Immigration.
policy?
Immigration.
Okay,
and
great.
his policy
All
on
right,
other
let's
woke
let's steer in that direction. Okay, what about immigration? How is that helpful?
I think that Trump putting a cap on third world immigration is a good thing for America. I think that Trump wanting to imperialize America is a good thing. I think that we should take what's below us and we should take what belongs to us because we have the most powerful military in the world.
What do you mean? What belongs
I
to
think
us?
that-
What? Hold on. What belongs to us?
The resources below and above us.
What below us meaning?
From Mexico all the way to the bottom tip of South America.
How is that ours? How is that ours?
How is it ours?
Yeah.
Because they can't do anything about it. What are they going to do about
That's
it?
not the
That doesn't
question.
make any
How is that?
sense.
How is that the United States of America's?
'Cause we have the more
uh,
powerful military. It's a dog eat dog world, and it's about time
Okay,
we
so
start
you-
eating the dogs below us.
Okay, so you just want to take over other countries.
No, I want to take their shit.
Yeah, that's like a shitty thing to do.
No, it's not. It's what you do if you want to succeed. You are aware, once again.
What are we going to
every
do
other
about
co-
NATO? Then what are we going to do
Fuck
about
NATO. We could join an alliance with Russia, China,
Oh, boy.
Japan, India. There's already an alliance in the works called the Core Five.
Orbis
Why do we
said
want to
that
be a
you're
part of NATO?
17,
You are aware the
Christian.
majority of those people from
He's
those countries were in
17,
the
by the way,
Epstein.
Doug. He's
I'm
17.
21,
He's
you
a
fucking idiot.
child.
You want to see my ID, dumb fuck?
I kind of do
Hold on.
because
you
you
can
you,
dox yourself
you,
on the
you-
internet, but if you want,
You want to see my ID, dumb fuck? I'll show you.
Yeah, give me a
you're a
second.
really nice Christian.
Hold on.
Well,
there's something-
I can't handle I can't handle stupid people. They piss me
You
off.
Yeah,
would fail my
yeah.
exams, you fetus.
I don't give a fuck about your exam. Shut
You
the hell up.
fetus. I thought you called him something else for a second.
Read the fucking date, bitch.
Hold on.
12/31/04.
Hold on. I have something even better. I just want to make sure this
Read
is
the
you.
31.
This is you?
Read the
Is this you?
Whoa, Doug.
It's all right. He has other stuff. This is you,
That's
right?
me that's me a year ago, bro. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's weird, dude. That's weird.
Ew, you look like you're trying to be like
Get the
Theo
hell outta
Von.
here, dude.
Yuck.
That's weird
Theo
stuff.
Von wannabe.
Guys, he had pants on. There was nothing inappropriate showing. Yeah, you're not
No,
coming
but
back
he-
up, bro.
Also, could anybody read that ID? That looked like nothing but blurs to me. Unless maybe I need better contacts.
Well, I mean, Orbitus. To be fair, his IG could have been a little bit old. I have to take somebody for the word. I mean, he answered all the
Sorry,
questions.
I was just worried about your live because I had a feeling like we were leaning into
I know.
slur
Yeah.
territory because
Yeah.
that's the way it was going. Because we all know that Christians exude nothing but love and generosity and kindness, like the Jesus Christ talked about. Oh wait, I really doubt that Jesus Christ would be walking around screaming about just take over countries, do it. And again, what do you mean we're just gonna go up against like that's because I had to look again. I was like, Colombia, Argentina. While there's not members of NATO, they do work with them and integrate them so into like their military. So
some idiot on YouTube says that kid would kick your ass easily. Okay, you are now sipping for like a young kid, which is fucking weird.
And again,
also very indicative of where
the way to go.
Very, very indicative of how the current Republican Party is. That you are now upholding weird young stuff about children, or basically children.
Especially because when I've seen a couple maggots attacking children, and these children who are protesting and practicing their First Amendment whoop them as they deserve. The West is falling. Okay. You know, your amygdala being really large, like it is with your with you conservatives, it just makes you afraid of everything, like being replaced. I was separation of church and state, been around forever.
Bernard in the comments of the tube, but what are my insecurities? It says Doug showing his insecurities as usual. Bernard, first of all, you probably only know me on the tube for like a couple days, so you don't really know much about me. Two, what are my insecurities, Bernard 40? Tell us all in the comments of the tube what my insecurities are. You might be correct, right? Everybody has insecurities. I sure have mine. Put them in the comments. Let's see if you're correct. I'll say yes if you get them correctly. Doug, what's this Mogs word mean? Do you know what that means? Mogs? That's like a new Gen Z word. Guys, what does Mogs mean? Like, can you guys just use like normal words? I don't know what it means. I really don't. It means they're better looking. Why don't they just say that then? Like, just say that when you look better than someone else. Who came up with this stupid word? I feel like I'm such an old person hating on new words.
No, you're not. They're calling themselves this, right? They're walking around and they're just making up names for themselves and characteristics, which is strange because usually it's other people that will assign those types of things to you, and instead they're like looks, max, whatever, and it's like, but that's your opinion, not everyone else's. I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to keep up with these new.
Yes.
It's really hard to keep up with these new lingo and words and all of that.
My kid's a Gen Alpha, and he thinks some of the words that the Gen Alphas have come up with are.
They sound really fucking stupid. I know. I do sound like a boomer. I really, really fucking do.
Yeah.
I sound like such a boomer, but like that's a really stupid fucking word. All right, like. It's just a stupid fucking word. Anyways, we are looking for opposition, and preferably not opposition that uses that word unironically. I mog you guys. Is that a correct use of the word, or no? You use that. Listen, I would use that word facetiously as well. I used to say. God, there was another stupid lingo like 10 years ago that I used to use facetiously as well. Fuck, what was it? And then I started using it so much, I actually started to seriously use it. What the fuck was it? It was some sort of lingo from 10 years ago. What the fuck was it? Fleek, no, wasn't that one.
Oh, I remember that one.
I do remember that. YOLO, no.
YOLO?
No, it wasn't that one. Shit, what was the name of it? Fetch, no. The fuck was it? Like I really started saying it on like ironically for a long time, then it became unironic.
Was it
I'm
Cap?
losing.
Wasn't that the thing for a minute? Cap?
No, it was before Cap came out.
Oh.
It was before Bussin'. I'm telling you guys, it was like a word from like 2012, 13, 14, Slay. No. God, what was it? It'll come to me, guys. It'll come to me. Yeet. No, it wasn't yeet. Capping. No.
I still say yeet. Like, I used it the other day, and a bunch of my students were like, some cringed and some laughed, but I was talking about how red blood cells will yeet their nucleus out of themselves as they mature. It's true, they do. They push it out. That's how they make room for all the hemoglobin.
I can't think of the word. I can't. It'll come to me. Shizzle my nuzzle. No, it was not that word. It was definitely not that word. Keep tapping and sharing though, guys. Looking for ops. I don't know why I said that so many times, but these hosts are super lames, somebody says in YouTube. It's great that you know how to use words correctly. Skeet, no. God, what the fuck was it? This is really bothering me. Ah, god damn it, this is really bothering me. It was like... Shit, I can't think of it. This is really pissing me off. Rad, no. I don't remember the meaning. It was something... It was like, in the same era I was saying, this is lit, fam. Like, you guys remember that? Lit, fam? It was like in the era of that word. It wasn't, but it was similar to
Riz?
that.
Could it be Riz? That was a
No, it was before Riz came out. It could have been lit. Is it lit? No. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's really pissing me off. Who is this guest here? Keep tapping and sharing, everybody. We're looking for ops, okay? Fire.
I think you're thinking of swag.
Swag. No, it was in the same era of that, though. I'm telling you, it was like 2014, 15, 16. That's when this was a word or a term. I don't know. It'll come to me, I promise. Yeah, I hear you a little bit. It sounds like you have some background noise, though.
It's funny because I just don't listen to my students when they use this term, and I've been teaching since like 2014. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Gang, no, gang, bruh. No, bruh is just a dank, flake,
fleek,
swag. No, God.
See, that just makes me
it.
think of like Fetch too from Mean Girl.
I know who I can ask, but I don't want to text him. It's some old friend-ish person. I don't really want to text him because I haven't talked to him in like 10 years.
Ooh, Super Dave said Bay. That was around that time, right?
Yeah,
Bay.
It wasn't Bay. Shit, guys, it will come to me at like 3 a.m. I swear it's gonna come to me at 3 a.m. And I'm gonna have to jot it down because I'm gonna forget it. So I'm gonna have to put it into my phone. Turnt, no. All right. I'm gonna have to Google terms from 2015. Okay. Terms from slang terms from 20. We're still looking for ops though, guys. I promise this is not the topic right now. Although I may want to switch to seed oils. On fleek, bay, salty. Ew, no. Salty. What the fuck? YOLO, fam. It was close to fam. Savage, salty, Netflix and chill. Always a good time doing that. Yes, slaps on fleek, Slade. No. 24 words that are overused as fuck. AF? Maybe it was AF? God damn it, this is bothering me so much. Squad, Bay, Fleek, Queen, Shade, the fuck? It might have been AF. No, I don't know, it wasn't that. Aesthetic.
I feel like you would have remembered that.
Yeah.
This has got to be something obscure, right? Something.
No, it's really not. It's really not. It was a word or a term.
All the options.
I used it so ironically for a long period of time. Then I started to use it for real. Goals, Felicia. You guys remember that?
Oh, Felicia.
Yas with like a million A's. T. Those with a bunch of O's. I don't remember that. Lit.
Totes?
Was it lit? I think it might have been. Was it lit?
You can use that pretty ironically, I feel like. Oh, that was so lit. Yeah, maybe? Does that sound?
It might. I think it might have been that. But yeah, that was such a stupid term that I really did start to use. Like that one also, I started to use seriously at one point, which I felt so embarrassed about. Guys, if you're leaving comments, I don't see them. I'm on Google right now. But it wasn't. But it could have been a word from like 2012, and it just became more popular in 2015. So it may not even be a 2015 term. On fleek, Bay, Netflix and chill. No, shaking my head. AF. AF. Yeah, because I used to say AF. Yeah, I can't even. Yeah, I remember I can't even. I can't even. Such a weird term. Cheesin', thirsty? Slacktivist? The fuck? I'm dead. Crowdsource. Squad goals, disruption. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is really pissing me off. Alright, now I can see all of your comments. I haven't seen your comments in like 10 minutes. We are still looking for ops, guys. Keep tapping and sharing and click that red follow button, alright? Lit. It really could have been lit.
Ooh, cray cray. That one always.
Low key.
That one I actually kind of liked.
Low key is a pretty stupid term, I will say that. What does low key mean again? Like I like it's weird because I know when to use it, but I can never describe what it means outside of when I am using it. What does low key mean again, guys?
If you're talking about like something that you're kind of pretending not to like, but then you say, but I low key like it, so maybe it's like it kind of a cover up, like you don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
secretly.
Secret. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, Sally. Like secret.
So what does high key mean then? Because some people use that like kind of jokingly. It's not like really a real term, but they'll use it in like sort of opposite of it. Something that's not obvious for real. High key is like a lot. What do you mean like a lot? It's not that deep. No, it is that deep. It really is that deep, I promise. Overt. For realsies. God damn it. What's going on? I like it a lot. Yeehaw! I low-key want to leave, but I high-key need to get drunk. I feel that. I don't know, guys. I'm driving myself crazy here. Size matters. To a degree, it matters. To an extent. There's a bell curve when it comes to size. Like, you get to this point where it's great, and then it becomes too much, and it's not so great. Right? That's true, right? There's a bell curve to size. Would you guys agree with that?
With what size?
Yeah.
What? I was putting dishes in the dishwasher.
No, there's a bell curve to it, right? Like for sure. Like
yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like two, like
Yeah,
like obviously
height.
it being
Yeah.
like it being 2 inches is like I don't care how fucking good you are. Yee-haw! I don't care how fucking good you are. 2 inches just isn't gonna do it. Like I don't care if you know everything that you're doing. It's just not happening. Then you get to 3, okay, better, 4 better, 5 better, 6 better, 7 good, and then 8. That's becoming a little
And
too
then
much.
it
Yeah.
Then it gets into you better do some yoga, some warm ups, some stretching, something like that.
Kaden says micro gang. Micro gang for the win. I dated a micro. Really? How was that? Like an actual micro? Because like sometimes people use the micro, like they'll say, "Oh, I have a micro penis," but it's not really one. You're just smaller than average. But like a micro is literally like it's like really like we're talking like an inch. Like it's small, really small. Your dad's bell is curved. What? There's a such thing as too long and or too thick. Well, too long for sure because you hit the deep end at that point, so to speak. And hitting the deep end isn't going to be too pleasurable, I'd imagine, on the opposing side of things. At that point, you'd want it to be thicker, sure, right? Yeah. What I don't know what you scrolled onto. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So. Wonder what the YouTube. Oh yeah, I forgot about YouTube. Are they still around? Are you guys still watching on YouTube? I totally forgot about you guys. We got 3 people still watching there. Sorry guys, we're doing Doug After Dark. I hate to break it to you, YouTube, but yeah.
Hey, it's always fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone's got
not thicker?
anatomy
No, you want it to be
questions?
thicker. Like if you are 5 inches but very thick, right? That's going to be probably much better than if you're like 7 and very thin, right? Like that.
Well, yeah, well, because the way that the female anatomy works is it goes down like the hood, the little man in the boat, whatever you want to call
Yeah, I
that
know.
place that some people can't find. That's an external part, but there are internal parts that become enlarged with blood flow. Very similar to the way, you know, the men's works, right? That anatomy down there took a fork in the road, either went male or female. So there's a lot of similarities. So once that gets like engorged with blood because of the stimulation, could rub, you know. If you see a diagram, yeah, like if you see a diagram of what the whole structure looks like, it's so much more than just the part that we see on the outside.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
You just Google a picture. I mean, a lot of us see it all the time when we go to the gynecologist, the OBGYN. There's models everywhere.
Raven, I did see your comment about the micro thing. Yes, I did. All right, so what do I type in? Obviously, I'm not going to show you guys, but all right, I'll look it up. What should I type in? Anyone? Anyone? What should I type in? Something what?
Oh, sorry, I was
You're
doing
okay.
dishes.
You're okay, don't worry.
But if you just type in, you know, the clitoris, it'll come up with everything. Because
Well, I mean, I can't just type that in because that's like all right, like
anatomical.
diagram.
Maybe use the term.
All right,
Maybe use
yeah.
the term anatomical or
Okay,
diagram,
yeah.
just to like
Oh, this is cool.
save your search
Yeah,
history.
yeah. Whoa. Okay. The labia majora. Nice. The labia minora. The urethral opening. All right.
It really does sound like menorah the way it's spelled. It's just...
The vulva vestibule. Interesting.
Mhm.
The clitoris and the clitoris hood. I'm not gonna lie. When I hear the word hood, I think of like the Triple K hood. I don't know why I think of that.
Oh no! No!
That's just my first thought when I hear hood. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Probably not a good thing, but that's just my like instinctual thought. I had a really weird vision when I thought about that in relation to what else I was looking up. All right, let's see what History Bound is up to. I know this person doesn't really ever want a serious conversation, but here we go. Hello, History.
Hold on just a second. Mom, just leave the pizza rolls there. I'm talking to my homosexual friends. Yeah. So talking pussy, are we, Doug? You're always talking pussy.
Yeah.
You speak of nothing else.
Do you have anything serious to say?
It was really just the mom leave the hot. I waited for the do the pizza.
Nah, fuck off. All right, so let's go back to what we were talking
Way
about.
to kill the mood, you freaking weirdo.
I don't know, but I want to look. I want to diagram the inside. I'm well aware of what the outside looks like. So what do I type in for the inside? The internal? Like, should I just type in?
Well, it's called the vaginal canal. So.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Okay, now we're making some leadway. The internal parts. Oh, very cool. This is good stuff. The
good to learn.
interior clitoris glands. Why is it so small? The clitoris. It's like really, really small.
I mean, it doesn't stay small necessarily. It can also enlarge with.
Well, that is true. That is true. Isn't it essentially? From what I've heard, I could be wrong, but it has all of the nerve endings that guys have, but all focused in that one small part, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, I could see, I could see how that would be very pleasurable because it's focused on one thing rather than a much, hopefully, bigger thing.
Yeah.
For guys.
Oh no, yeah, it's got a huge collection of nerve endings in it.
So I can see how that makes sense though, because like when like I've been down there and she's not what would be the word? I can't think of the word. She's not aroused enough. Touching that part is too much. It's too much of like a feeling, but which makes sense because guys have that too. If you touch it
gets sensitive.
The head of it gets it's almost too sensitive. Yeah, and sometimes it could be just too much. It just feels too much, and like I have to be more aroused for that to be touched. Yeah.
And the thing is, with the female orgasm, like after it's been stimulated and after, you just kind of got to give yourself a little bit of like a short break, and then it can happen again and again. And again.
See, that sounds cool though. I'm jealous. See, I'm very jealous of that actually, because I want that. Because like when I'm done, like when I finish,
for yourself, or you want it for?
Well, no, but like when
both, right?
when I finish, like I can't go again for like I can't just like keep going and going and going. Like I need time to relax and I'll be good again in a bit. But women are different, and that's very interesting.
Yeah, and I used to know the percentages, but between the different like erogenous zones that exist, there are women who have been known to orgasm vaginally, because some have more sensitivity, like in the the Grafenberg spot.
Yeah.
So I forgot the percentages, but there's percentages. Majority is the clitoris, but there are women who also can have the same intensity in their orgasm with other erogenous zones too.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And X had like no refractory period, could go back to back. Yeah, I just can't. I have a longer refractory period for sure. Like I just can't go again after I finish. Like you're gonna have to give me at minimum. Yeah,
and a lot of people.
15,
the refractory period is pretty standard for a lot of our nervous system. Right after the neuron fires, there is a small refractory period. So that's always interesting. That like certain neurons don't have as long of a wait time.
Yeah, let's get back to this conversation. Joe, how you doing? Or John, how you doing?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good, man. I just need to know your age for Tic Tac TOS before we move forward.
I'm 48.
All right. What's on your mind?
I don't think MAGA is destroying America.
Okay. I assume you voted for Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay. How do you think he is doing? Like him and his administration, how do you think they're doing so far?
Great. I mean, I wish he would do more.
Like in terms of what?
In terms of fighting against the radical liberal agenda that you're a proponent for.
What is the radical liberal agenda?
Oh, you want transgenders? You want children to mutilate themselves?
Wait, what do you mean
You want to
transgenders?
replace?
What you mean? Wait, you
Well,
mean
it's
wait?
like a mental illness where you think you're the opposite sex, and
Wait,
then
what do you mean? I want
mutilate
trans?
yourself.
I don't know what you mean by I want
No, the
transgenders.
radical liberal agenda.
Well, hold on,
You
but
want,
but you're
you're
just
proponent
repeating
for that.
Trump. You're just repeating things Trump says. Like it's almost
Well,
like
Trump's right because he's
but
right. Trump
I,
speaks
well,
for
I,
me.
no, well,
He's
that's
repeating
really
what I want
fucking.
him to say.
Well, that's really weird. So you're a huge victim
Is
of
it? So
propaganda. You're
I
exactly what the propagandists want, like people like you. So tell me what
wait a minute,
what
because I don't.
I want
I
to make sure
think
I
that
want to
it's
make
a
sure you have
mental
a
issue.
I want to make sure you have a good understanding, and I'm gonna bet a lot that you can't even tell me what transgender is. Tell me what being transgender is. I have a huge feeling you can't even say it or describe it.
Okay, so I believe people that
Not what you
think that
believe.
they're the
Not what
opposite
you
sex.
believe.
I
I want you to tell me
Are you
what
gonna let me
transgender
speak?
is.
Can I speak? This is what I'm
But
talking about. You know,
I know. You hate
you're
it when
trying
people
to.
speak. I get it. But it's not what you
Well, no,
believe. I want you to tell
you
me what
speak
being
out of
transgender
turn.
means.
You ask
What
me a question, then you speak over me.
what does
I hate
being
that.
trans I don't give a shit what you hate. What does being transgender mean? Not what you
It's a
believe. I want you to
mental illness. It's
see,
a
but
mental
that's
illness.
okay. But you're already wrong, though. I want you to give me the textbook
You're
definition of
wrong.
what
You're
transgender
wrong. It's a
means.
mental
That's not
illness.
how. We're
And
not
it's
5-year
not
olds who.
sustainable.
Hey, we're not
It's not
5.
sustainable
Hey,
either.
we're not 5-year olds who just say we're wrong to each other. These are things we can
Well,
fact
you
check and look
are.
up. Great. So
Let's
tell me
fact
what being.
check it.
Okay, cool.
If you think
I would love to.
you're
So
not
so
the sex that
I
you
would love to
are,
do that. So okay,
evolution will not
tell me
reward that. You
where
will
we
be
look.
gone anyway, so it's
Perfect.
not sustainable. I
Tell
don't
me
get to
where
make
we
a point.
tell me
You're not
where we
letting me make a point.
hey, tell me where we look to see what mental illnesses are. Where's this thing that we go to look
Okay,
for mental
so
illness and disorders?
if you do not believe reality,
No,
then
that's
a
not
mental
what I'm asking. What is this thing that has? It's a book that has mental disorders, things like that. What is this book? Where should we go to look this up?
It's common knowledge. If you
No,
are
No,
not,
it's not common knowledge.
it's common. Okay,
Okay.
you're
The
gonna let me make a
DSM
point.
So
core
you're
is
gonna have
not
to be
common
educated by.
knowledge. It's
Okay, do you want me to make the point or not? You're not even
But
letting
no,
me.
because
okay,
you're
but
not
you're
making
saying it
any good
incorrectly.
points.
You're
If
incorrect.
you
Also,
refuse to
hey,
respect
John,
and
John, you know how you said that it's not sustainable? Do you know when Mesopotamia, like how long ago
why
we
don't
have
you
records from Mesopotamia? 4,000 years
why
ago,
don't you speak when
John.
she speaks?
There were
You let her make
people
a point.
in ancient Mesopotamia who were not strictly male or female. So that's 4,000 years ago, and the human race is still here, John. What are you talking about? It's not sustainable. And don't bring up evolution, because I doubt you're a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a biologist to have that
I don't get to make a
conversation.
point. So this is
All
what I'm
right,
talking about.
all right, so I'm
Radical
going to give you the
liberal
answer.
agenda.
Yeah, the liberal
You
agenda is
can't
when they
even
cut people.
hear anything
Right,
else.
it's when we cut people off who are saying things correctly because you're too stupid to know things. All right, John. So we're talking about the DSM. That was the answer that you should have given, but you can't because you don't know anything. You just
Well,
you believe everything Trump tells you because you have zero idea how to look things up. No,
Trent-
this is shut up. It's the DSM. Hey, what's up, Gwen? I'm sorry. You can go ahead and speak.
No, you're fine. I mean, I think you already know this, but like transgender isn't in the DSM, so it's not a mental illness.
Right. So John is already incorrect. That's what I'm saying. I betted a lot that he couldn't even tell me what transgender means. He was already incorrect. It's where your sex and your gender don't align. That's it, John.
We know John has experienced body dysmorphia every time he looks in the mirror and looks down. So
Well, that I believe. Yeah, that I believe for sure. So yeah, I hate to break it to you, John. Transgender is not in the DSM, which is the thing and the place that we go to see where disorders and illnesses are, like the list of them, all right? This is made by the American Psychological Association, okay? Not by people like you, not even people like me, by people who are much smarter, right? And every several years, whatever it might be, they update it, okay? Transgender's not in there. Hate to break it to you.
Actually, the DSM-6 is coming out like this year, I believe.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know how often new ones come out. Every 15, 20 years.
And from
maybe?
what I understand, like even gender dysphoria might not be in it. Which
Well,
you don't
yeah.
have to have gender. You don't have to have gender dysphoria to be transgender.
Right, exactly.
Right, and well, that's the thing. But
That's
it's
what they
difficult to
take
have.
the definition and
It's difficult to have this
they twist that
conversation with somebody
definition.
like this guy because, like, he is completely all feelings. Everything about what he
Yeah.
believes is all feelings based. Nothing is based in facts whatsoever. It's all
Right.
it's all common sense, or it's all what I see. It's
Well,
things like that.
we all know that 99.9% of all these individuals who don't think it's a thing, they barely got out of high school biology.
Yeah. But what's
Let alone
crazy?
let alone understand anatomy, and I bet they don't even know what a uvula is.
No, of course,
Nope.
well, of course,
I've
John's
asked
not going
I've,
to know
I've
that.
asked about uvulas and they give me the wrong answer.
Yeah, point to the uvula, John. Point to the uvula.
His answer of why he voted for Trump was because he's going to eradicate the liberal agenda, the far left liberal agenda, and these are the exact people that
Do I
Trump
get to
wants
speak
to
at all?
target. These are the exact people that Trump likes to target. Idiots that don't know anything, that are all emotional based, right? Like that's his crowd, and these are people who don't know how
You
to
don't want
think
to
for
hear what I have
themselves.
to say.
As long as you can base things in facts, not feelings, John.
Yeah.
Give me
Here's the
facts,
fact.
not feelings.
Insult is the last refuge of a fool, and that's all
Okay,
you're doing
great.
is you're
Okay,
compartmentalizing
that's fine.
me and
That's
you're
fine.
insulting me.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So give me something
We're
factual.
not having discord. We're not
Okay.
having discord. You don't care what I have to say.
Okay, so give
You
me
wanna
something
complain
factual.
about
No.
me,
John,
but you don't want
John.
to hear about how
Hold
I
on,
feel.
John.
John.
Okay,
John,
fine. So give us something factual then, please.
John, I have a question. Are you here to learn? Because I can tell you everything, about what it's like to be transgender, or do you just want to shout a bunch of crap?
My religious beliefs.
Yeah, your religious
are
beliefs suck.
against
Okay,
what
the
you
Bible
proclaim.
doesn't exist.
I
Your
don't get to
Jesus
speak.
doesn't
I don't get to
exist.
speak.
Your Sky Daddy doesn't exist.
This is the
John,
problem. This is
no.
radical.
But John,
No,
but John,
this is
but
not
John,
radical.
You do not care
This
what
is not
anybody
radical.
else.
but John, do you
care
want
what
to?
anybody else in society wants or cares
Then
I
why
know
did-
what you guys want.
yeah.
I know, John.
What do I want?
John, I know what people on the right want. You already told us you believe it's a mental disorder. You believe they shouldn't exist. You believe we're telling kids to mutilate themselves. I know what you believe. It's all propaganda. It is
Yeah,
so
John, propaganda.
it's very. I forgot what the quote is, but it's very easy to propagandize someone, but it's incredibly hard to do the opposite, to convince them out of it. I forget what the quote is, but it's something like that. But it's incredibly easy to convince somebody of misinformation, but to
You're actually cutting me
convince,
off.
but
It's
to
just not
convince
that
them, but to
hard.
convince them that they believe misinformation is a very hard task. So just give
I
us.
believe a lot of other things too. You don't want to
Okay.
hear anything I
Okay,
have to say.
okay.
This
Let's
is
start
an
over.
echo
Let's say,
chamber.
John, please,
are
just
in
relax.
an
Okay.
John,
echo
relax.
I have a question.
John,
You're in an echo
relax.
chamber.
Relax.
I have a question. When your beliefs impact my quality of life, that's a problem.
Your beliefs impact my quality of life also.
That's
How?
not no. Those
How?
are not beliefs.
How?
Do you want me
How?
to tell you, or are you going to interrupt
How?
me?
You don't know
No,
how
go
the
ahead.
brain
I would
works,
love to
John.
know, John, how my human rights here, me, affect you, John. Poor John down there. How do they affect you, John?
Your beliefs about gender.
That's not a
Who
belief.
I am?
Social
It's
Who
not
I
a
am?
belief.
How
What's
I was
the
born?
belief?
How I
What's
was
the
born?
belief?
Hold on a second.
This is an echo chamber. You don't want to hear
Your
what
Sky
anybody has to
Daddy
say.
does not make mistakes, remember? Your Sky Daddy does not make mistakes.
John, you
I
need to stop
actually was
saying
going
it's a
to answer
belief
your
when it's
question.
not. John, stop.
I'm trying
It
to
has
answer
been
your question.
studied. The
and you
human
won't let me.
brain has been studied. John, fact. Is it a fact that the human brain has been studied?
Fake news.
Is it a
That's
fact?
fake. I don't believe
Is it
that
a
bullshit.
fact? Is it a
Just like
fact
the
that
Bible.
your brain has been studied? Is it a fact that we know about the human brain? Yes or no? Is
When
that a
I
fact?
see a man in a dress, it's ridiculous.
Whoa.
Okay, that's all
Aw.
feelings, buddy. That's
Aw.
all feelings. We're sorry you feel that way. You're all
I
feelings and
can't help
emotional
it, but
based.
I do feel that way. But you should actually try to talk to me
But
because
John,
I'm a part of your
okay, but
asking
here,
you a
Why,
question
John?
hold
and
on,
you
hold on,
me.
guys. But hold on. I understand you feel that way, but for you to vote for someone who wants to make laws that harm those people is a problem.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
wanna
the
harm
issue.
those people at all. I
But
don't wanna
I'm
you're
being
harm them.
harmed.
But John, you've been
You're making
convinced.
assumptions.
You've been convinced that we want to make kids trans. Nobody wants to do that.
You do. You do. You push
But
for
but
it.
that's the
No,
propaganda, John. That's propaganda. Can you at least listen to us and understand that that's not what we
I
want?
disagree. I disagree.
But
Hey,
it's
John.
not okay.
That's
You
your
can disagree,
opinion.
but it's not. You can disagree, but it's not based on anything factual. We don't want that. We're telling you we don't want that.
The radical liberal agenda.
Stop quoting Trump. Stop quoting Trump.
children-
Well,
John,
hold on.
stop quoting
Hold on,
Trump.
John.
Use your own
wants
words
to
and
make
stop
it
quoting
okay
Trump.
for
Stop quoting
children
Trump.
to change their gender.
Hey,
But
John.
I want you to stop quoting Trump. I want your own beliefs and words.
Trump
That's
speaks for me.
Okay,
that's it.
Trump speaks
So-
for you, but I just have a
so weird.
just a great,
That's
a
so
great
weird.
question.
I think it should be illegal for children to be able to go to a doctor and get
They don't.
They
hardcore.
Wait.
They
Are you
don't.
wait? You're against mutilation, right?
You're a proponent for it.
John, you're against mutilation,
It
right?
should be okay.
John, you're
It should
against
be okay.
John, you're
I
against
also
mutilation,
don't
right?
think
Hold on, John,
we
are you
should
against
let
mutilation?
women unalive their babies. I don't.
Okay,
think we
great.
should
We'll
do
get to that.
either.
We'll
Oh
get
my
to that. We'll
God,
get to
don't
that.
even.
But you're against mutilation, right, of children, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I also
Okay,
don't
so
believe
you're against
that women
circumcision.
should be able to vote. I
Okay,
don't
so
think women should be able to
okay,
vote
we'll
and
get
have
to that.
rights like they
We'll get. That's
You
weird.
don't believe
Okay,
women
you're-
should vote?
Okay, now you just lost
Absolutely
all
not.
credibility.
Oh,
Right,
wow.
because he's up here being emotional
Look
and
is
telling
what's
us not to be
happening
emotional.
to our society because we let women vote.
Women
No,
should be
it's happening
presidents.
because men like you have been in power and vote for the men to go into
Yeah.
power,
Men
and that's
like
where
me
we
are the
stuck
reason
Look at the-
you
and
have
we're
the right
not
to vote.
progress. We're not
Look
seeking
at
any
be clear.
progress.
John with the
What you're
malfragility
voting for
down
is a
there.
replacement of what I am, and you're going to have a bunch of Muslims here with Sharia law. You're voting for that.
Why
They
are
give the
you
right
so
to
scared
vote.
about being
Nobody
Invite
wants.
all the Muslims.
Nobody
Are you
wants
that
Sharia
pathetic?
law. Nobody wants
Are
Sharia
you
law,
that
buddy.
pathetic, John? John, are you that
Forced
mediocre that you're
immigration
going to be
is
replaced by
it's
a brown
radical
person?
liberal policy.
John,
Forced-
you're that mediocre.
forced
You're afraid to be
immigration is
replaced by a
radical
brown
liberal.
person.
All right, I gotta read a Venmo.
Wow.
I gotta read a Venmo.
Your
I gotta read a.
insecurity.
Hold on, I gotta read a Venmo. Tammy,
We
thank
have
you
a
for the.
Venmo.
Let me. Tammy, thanks for the 5 on the blue out with the V. It says, I hate these people. Trans people have existed since the beginning of time, but because Trump told them to hate them 4 years ago, so they think it's a new thing. Exactly. Well, it's more like 10 years ago, but it still stands what you said. Thank you, Tammy. W. Tammy in the comments. Yeah, Doe, or John, I can't speak to you if you think women shouldn't vote. Get the hell out of here. You're not even worth conversing with. Right? I'm fine talking to Trump supporters, because that's the point of this. But if you think they shouldn't vote, women, then get the hell out of here.
What? I mean, I really hope that individual does not have kids and is not married.
John, I don't respect your opinion if you believe women shouldn't vote. And Trump doesn't even say that. So you're voting for a guy that is not even advocating for what you want. What's up, guest? Nobius, how you doing?
What's up? Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I just need to know your age before we converse for TikTok US.
Okay, yeah, 35. 35,
Okay.
35.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, so we can start from the top. Yes, you guys are pushing this propaganda. It's not Trump. You guys have been doing it for a longer time.
Okay.
You're trying to get to. I've actually talked to a female athlete, and she told me that these transgenders actually go to the community showers and shower. so
That's
that people
anecdotal and probably a lie. That's not a
Okay.
fact.
You
Where are
guys-
your facts? Where are your facts and statistics?
You guys are
that
trying to
women are
get
being-
into.
Wait,
Where are your
excuse
facts?
me.
Hold
Excuse
on.
me.
They go to the
Yeah.
showers
No,
and do
I'm not going to
what?
stand for you talking about.
Excuse me. I'm
You're
trying to talk.
lying.
I came up here. I came up here.
Okay, so you're
And
saying
you're not
transgender
getting
people
any
should.
facts.
Are you saying transgender people shouldn't compete in sports? What is it you're saying?
Well, I'm saying that these things happen.
What things happen?
But you don't have any evidence.
But hold on,
do.
but wait, no BS, no BS. Hold on. Plenty of people do shitty things. I can give you examples of men doing shitty things, cis men or cis women. What does this have to do with
So
them as
should
a
they
whole?
do it? Is the question. So should they do it?
But nobody should. This has nothing to do with
So
trans
should,
people.
should a male shower right next to a female? Or
What do you
be
mean,
forced
right-
to?
What
Should
do you
they
mean-
have the right to compete in a biological women's sport and then
Well,
have the ability to
there's
shower
no
right
such
next
thing
to
as a
them?
biological woman isn't a
women's
thing.
sport.
That's not a thing.
It's not?
Biological
When
women.
was the last time you went into a shower where there were, a locker room where there were open showers?
They're open showers. You think they don't exist?
If they do, then they used to.
I can no.
I
actually,
have
my
yet
gym
to
here
be.
has them.
I
Because my
have
gym
yet to
he
be.
has them.
I have yet to be in a gym here in the last 20 years that has had
Well,
open
then you need to go to
showers.
the gym because my gym actually has one right here crossing the street.
Oh,
My gym doesn't. So what?
It's
Two
and
against
it's a
one
very
equals
expensive one.
elite?
It's around $1,000
Ridiculous.
just to go.
Have
For
you been
what?
to college?
A
Did you go to
week?
college? Did you go to
Huh?
college, no BS? Did you go to college and live in a dorm?
No, I didn't go live in a dorm.
Surprise. Okay, I have. I've lived in more than one dorm in my life, and believe it or not, they're not open. They're individual stalls with
Yeah.
curtains. So try again.
Okay, so your college doesn't mean that much because there's very different
Florida
ones. And you're
State
telling me
University. Go tell them then. Go yell at them.
So your
why?
so your
Okay, so you're
anecdotal
saying
so your
because
anecdotal story is a one-off. Okay, it's a one-off.
no, you're saying because
Yeah.
if you went to one college, that means therefore they don't exist.
And you talk to one female athlete, and
Yeah.
apparently all transgender individuals
Yeah.
are dangerous. Okay.
They
Every
You see
are.
what
one
you
of
just
them.
did? You just screwed your own argument, my
Do
guy.
they have the right? You think they have the right to be going in female showers and getting naked into them?
They
They're
have
going
more
into
the
stalls
right.
and minding their own business. Why do I care? I'm in the
You,
stall to shower myself, and I'm
you
there
would be
to
okay.
leave.
You would be okay with a 15-year-old girl or
Who
a
is
16 or even 20-year-old girl, your daughter,
what?
getting naked right next to a trans
Do you
A
realize
trans
that?
person.
Yeah.
Hold on, a
Well,
trans
hold
trans
on.
person.
person. Okay,
But
yeah, how about that help you?
do you realize that you, my friend,
Oh,
I'm
me. Yes,
assuming, yeah,
me.
I'm assuming you're, whatever, Anglo-Saxon something, possibly. You and your male, I'm assuming, you are more likely to
Yes, tell me.
essay somebody than I am.
And why is that?
Because statistics say so.
Okay, and where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
The United States.
Okay. So you are the people that qualify, not me. Isn't
What
that
do you
crazy?
Me?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by
Because you're a
qualify?
biological male, right? And you're white.
I
I'm
was.
not white.
Yes, my sex is male.
Yes, so then you would qualify under that little description.
Right,
Because
but my
the whole
gender, but
this
my
whole
gender
like
is
trans doesn't
woman.
exist when you
My
count
gender
the
is
people down.
woman.
But no BS. They're
Society,
referring to
society accepts
cis.
me as a woman.
They're referring to cis, which you are, no BS. You are a
Yeah.
cis man.
It says yes.
And that's what the statistics say is
I'm
that cis
not
heterosexual white
I'm not from
men.
the United States.
I'm not saying from the United States. Did you not listen to a word I just said? I said cis and hetero. I didn't say anything about the United States. So even if you come to this country
But
and
you
just
know,
visit,
he
you fall
he
under that
Why's your
qualifies
category.
under
IP
that
address?
list
Why's your IP address say you're coming from the United States?
because
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
so
can't.
you're in the United States.
So wait. Let me ask you a question. So because I am not from United States, it doesn't mean I'm not allowed to be inside of the United States. A Japanese person
That's
or a
not what
black
anybody
man
said.
or
Are
a
you
person,
listening?
whoever, they're
Are
not
you
allowed to be
listening?
in the United States. Is
Are
that
you
what you're trying to say?
listening?
I think
Are
it's
you
hilarious
listening?
that the
Nobody
guy
said
thought I
that.
actually had his IP address.
Well, because everything he's saying,
No,
he's
it's
just
just
getting
weird.
doxed
It's just
down. Boy,
weird.
you're
You're
getting
making these
dog
really weird
walked.
statements, and you're saying that I don't know. You're just making really weird comments. It's just I
You're the
don't know
one
what you're
thinking
trying to
about
get at
15-year-old girls in showers.
because it
I
exists
don't
and
think
it's
about
happened. You're
15-year-old
telling
girls in
me.
showers.
You
It
told me
hasn't
over
happened,
here.
though.
Oh
It
yes,
hasn't happened because you have no
What
proof.
country? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to overtalk.
No, you're fine. I was just saying you have no proof because you can easily say it's happening and then have zero evidence. That's called misinformation, no BS.
How is it
and you're spreading it
misinformation?
because you haven't given me any evidence.
What do you need me to do? You need me to go someplace and start taking picture of people?
Name and statistics. No. Oh, I'm
Is that
talking
what you
about.
want? You need solid proof. You need to actually. You need me to get everybody together and start telling you the truth. Count them one by one.
Yeah,
Is that what you
sure.
like to do?
Because we actually do that with cis hetero men like you. We
Oh, cis-
actually report your asses when you're behaving a certain way towards us, whether it's reporting to HR
Listen,
or a police officer.
yeah.
We
See,
report you.
you guys
So
don't
where are the
respect
reports?
anybody except
Where
you
are
guys
the
push your
reports?
agenda towards
Where are the
everybody.
reports? Where are the
That's the
police
problem.
reports?
You
What
Where are
guys,
the
agenda?
police
I don't know
you
what
reports?
agenda
guys,
you're talking about. All right,
you
guys, let's try to
guys
minimize what we're
push
talking.
your agenda towards everybody.
What's the
Let's be the
agenda?
truth.
What's the agenda that we're trying to
Except
push?
me. I don't care what everybody else says.
What country
Except
were you
me. I
in?
want to do whatever I want to do, and that's it. That's it. The world revolves around me. I don't care about what the straight
Apparently.
community has to say. I don't care if women don't want me in bathrooms. I am a woman and I want to be inside your bathroom. I don't care if, your
What are
parents
you
don't want to
talking about?
listen about me, about my journey
What?
about being trans. No, I want to put
The
it in public
fuck are you
schools,
talking about?
and I
What are
want to
you
force
talking
people to listen
about?
about me
Dude,
because of
I
my
have no idea what the
feelings.
fuck you're
No,
talking about.
we don't want to. We don't want
Oh,
anybody
please,
to know
please,
we are even on the map, dude.
please.
Trump is the only reason why the transgender community
I want to
exists.
participate in women's sports, even though I don't care how women feel, right? Even though there's women that are not okay with it, that it's not biologically
Wait,
not okay, I don't care
Okay,
because
why
hold
I
are you
up.
know what the
bringing
Okay,
reality
biology
is.
into
hey,
sports?
there was
Yeah.
plenty of white people that weren't okay with black people playing in sports a long time ago. That's not a reason
But
for them not to
wait, we're
play.
not talking about black. You guys are not
I'm
black.
aware we're not talking about
So
them.
that's kind of a racist
Understand
thing to say.
Oh my
It's
No,
God,
it's
are
very
you
not.
racist.
this
How are you going to
stupid?
compare?
Are you this
It's
You're going
stupid that
to.
you don't understand the
it's
analogy?
history.
Dude, all I'm trying to say is that we don't base things off of how certain people feel. Because if we use that same logic at that time, then black and brown people wouldn't be able to play in sports. That's all I was saying.
Exactly.
The fact that you didn't understand that is fucking wild to me. And you did understand it. You purposely didn't understand it.
I
That's
would
all.
That's
love a
wild when
black
they
person to
lack
come in
critical
here and hear
thinking.
what you just said. I would
Cool.
love them to compare racism towards sexism and how you feel.
It's not
Yeah, they're very
sexism, it's
similar.
I would love
Truthful.
them. Just
Okay,
say,
I'm sure there's somebody in the comment section that is black or brown, and I highly doubt they give a shit that I said that in the sense of what you are referring
And you don't know
to.
what an analogy is, no BS, so we can tell
I don't
you
know
have
what an
issues with
analogy
higher
is.
order thinking and
Black
critical
people
thinking.
here are talking about racism, and you're over here talking about I can't get my rights because
What do
people don't
you
like me.
What do you know about racism?
Huh?
What do you know about racism?
He probably participates in it.
Damn, you guys are okay. You want me to
No.
know what a racism is?
But what is racism?
No. You want to?
No. Tell
You
me.
want to? Let me answer my question. Let me answer your question. What
Tell
do
me,
I
what is
know about
racism?
racism? The
Yeah,
fact that
tell me.
I'm over here and you've been considering me a person that's white. That's racism right there.
That's racism?
It is.
Why is that racism?
Because I'm
How
not
is that
white.
racism? Okay,
How
so
is it
how is that
racism?
racism by definition? What's the definition of racism, and how is that racist?
So you guys are not being racist towards me. That's the
Oh my
question.
God! Just because you're losing does not mean
Maybe
we're being
stereotypical.
racist.
Maybe stereotypical because your voice sounds like you're white.
Yeah, and also
It's
you
just
haven't told us.
stereotyping. It's not racist.
Okay, so we're talking about a race,
Okay,
right?
so what is your race then? If you want to clarify this, go ahead.
I'm Hispanic, 100%
That's an
Hispanic.
ethnicity.
I don't see how that's
awesome.
relevant.
Well, it is because I'm not black and I'm not white, and
So you just took offense, though. You tried to make something out of what Doug was saying about the civil rights movement and how thinking like yours would have never gotten us past segregation, and yet we've plowed forward in spite of bigots like you and
bigots
racists.
like me, like me. You guys have been calling me white the entire time. You don't even know
You're
me.
a bigot because
You're
you're,
not even
over
know
here
me.
spouting transphobic
You're
rhetoric.
talking about trans and comparing them to racism. That's you guys have a
No.
very
They're
big
marked. I didn't
audacity.
do that.
You guys
No, I just used whatever you said as a pivot because you have no clue what you're even talking about.
Yes.
He did. He didn't say what his race was. He said his ethnicity is Hispanic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are different.
I'm not a white man. I wasn't born in the United States. I was actually born
Okay,
in my Hispanic
again, where
country.
you were born doesn't have anything to do with the other. You're confusing ethnicity and race.
So you want me to say I am a
When you write
Taino?
on your little, like when you're given a
Taino?
questionnaire and they ask you about race, what box do you check? That's all I was
Hispanic.
asking. But
Can
what
you,
says, what's in front of the word Hispanic?
Hispanic, Latino.
And
Here,
again,
this is-
that's why.
Are you fluent in Spanish?
Oh my
Sí,
goodness.
sí, soy 100% fluido en español. He ido a varios países de todo el mundo. He estado viajando hace que yo
I
tengo
love
13
it.
años.
I love it. Can you sing any of that Bad Bunny stuff?
Yeah, I can.
So you watch Bad Bunny? You didn't
Yeah.
watch The Turning Point?
I watched both of them.
Bad Bunny loves
terrible.
the trans community.
Yeah, he's a terrible representation of Puerto Rico.
Is he?
And you could do so much better for your community.
I actually have done a lot for my community.
I
Good.
really
Like
doubt
what?
that.
What have you done for your community?
I've helped establish, actually, my entire family has helped to establish a lot of things in Puerto Rico. To my name, I even have, I can't say it because just I have a lot. And I can tell you a
Or you
little bit.
don't know
No, I
anything.
do. I do.
No, it doesn't sound like
And
you
you
can help
don't
your
know.
family all you want, but how have you helped your community? But outside of your immediate family, what have you done for Puerto Rico?
I have done a lot.
Like what?
Just tell us,
See,
dude.
this is
It's not that difficult.
No, because if I told you what I did, then I would be telling you who I am.
I
So
don't give a
cannot
shit who
tell
you are. You think any of us give
Yeah.
a fuck who you are?
No. If I
Are
tell
you
if
a
I-
celebrity? Are you
You're
a celebrity?
celebrity.
Are you famous? Like, are we in the company of a famous person right now?
We very well might be.
With 245 followers.
If
We're
I
all your
told you,
fans.
you don't know me.
We don't know you.
You put your name out there so
All
your
right.
fans can find you on TikTok.
I
Bad
do
Bunny
believe
did.
that Puerto Rico. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just saying Bad Bunny has a TikTok account and he doesn't seem afraid to put his name out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
he's
are you saying you're afraid?
just a regular guy. Yes.
But you're a regular guy, but you also have done a lot for Puerto Rico, and so you can't tell us who you are because it'll give away your identity. What? This is a wild ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're still waiting on like.
I don't want to show.
can you
My
not give them
entire
away?
life, I think I've showed my face here in TikTok probably 3 times my entire life.
Good.
All
How do
my
you feel-
accounts are private.
How do you
I
feel
have
about
I have a right now. I have Surfshark hiding my IP. I have my entire life is actually very private.
Good.
Jason Bourne.
Yeah, you don't know who I am.
I don't care.
We don't care.
I get
But
flown.
all we know is that you've done a lot for your community, but we don't know what.
No,
what
I've
it
done
is.
not community. Not community, because if you really think, okay, here's the thing. You really think Bad Bunny has done a lot for the community? Are you speaking about during the hurricane because you make it sound like he was the only person, or do you think that he actually has given back in a certain way to Puerto Rico? Do you not realize he hasn't given back in the sense you've given back? The people that are actually getting the money are the hotels that drew
You know what the Good Bunny Foundation is?
all this tourism.
You
Where
know
does
what
that
the
money
Good
go
Bunny
to? But
Foundation
wait,
is? What's the
go
Good
to?
Bunny
It doesn't go in the
Foundation?
pockets of the citizens. It goes in the
The Good
pocket
Bunny
of the
Foundation.
employees. It goes in the
What's the
pocket
Good
of the
Bunny
employees.
Foundation? What's
He
the Good
do-
Bunny Foundation?
Does it, wait, is all this money? Wait, but let me ask you something. All this money that supposedly
Bunny
he's a good guy,
Foundation?
and the whole so
So you
Okay.
don't know that
Let me
he is a
speak.
huge philanthropist,
Okay.
by the way, and he started this foundation to first off invest in sports.
Oh, it's raining
youth
out.
Sports and youth arts. He also uses his social
realized it was
media
raining
influence
out.
to talk about. Oh, what was that?
Sorry, I'm talking about. I didn't realize it was raining outside.
Yeah, it's raining pretty bad out here.
But anyways, no BS. He's probably
Yeah, it's
done
raining
way
really
more
bad.
for his community because he's not afraid to put his name out there and his money where his mouth is. It doesn't sound like you've done any of that because you're afraid it will leak your identity. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, my grandfather actually has a museum. My great grandmother actually has a big percentage under her name, just to her. Okay, her reach actually extends all the way to Japan. Okay, so when I say I have done.
You need to change
Okay.
that name to full.
I have my great listen. My great grandfather. If you go to what's it called, San Juan Airport, you will see if they had a small. They have a small. If they, I don't know if they moved it recently, but you could see him, and American Airlines actually taking him out, checking him out, walking with the owners.
Cool, bro.
So for you to say that, it's ridiculous. You do not.
It's not ridiculous.
Nobody
because you're
said
over here
anything.
bragging about stuff.
No, because you said that I haven't given back.
haven't, though,
Or my
because we don't
family
even
has
know.
literally given.
What foundation
So
is
you're
it
saying in
called?
dollars.
What foundation is it
You're
called?
saying in
What
dollars.
Canadian
Not to
given
foundation?
back.
the hotels so they can pay their
place. Regardless, they're going to get employed. I mean, do you think that this money really is going into the pocket of the people that work there, or they're
Again,
any way they're
you haven't
benefiting?
done
Yo, next time, if you
anything.
really think that much, how about listen? If you really think that much, go take a little ride down to Puerto Rico. Vete a San Juan, vete a Arecibo, go all these places, and then open your eyes. All those little lies that you think he's such a great guy because he.
The fuck are we talking about?
Because
Sorry, I was trying to do something.
he's just trying to drag Bad Bunny, which is sad.
that's
Are
so
you
weird.
ashamed of like his 3 million
Throwing
followers?
shade
That's
at
what it is.
Bad Bunny.
He thinks that because his family is doing all of these things, but he can't tell us names of foundations. He thinks because his family's doing all these wonderful things that he can just slap his name on it. That's called coattails. You're riding coattails. You are riding coattails. You're not doing anything for yourself. And also, why are you dragging Bad Bunny? He's done stuff for Puerto Rico. You should be proud of him and say, yeah, man, thank you for helping out the community.
He doesn't. He's a horrible example for Puerto Rico. You want to talk
You
about
have no
people?
proof, though.
Listen,
You have no
Cotto.
proof.
Why don't you talk about Cotto? Why don't you talk about famous athletes? Why don't you talk about Luis Fandil? Why don't you talk about what's it called? Pedro Clemente. Why don't you talk about Osuna? Why don't you talk about these really good people that actually have done a lot? The famous athletes, the famous artists that actually have come from Puerto Rico. Why?
Dude,
But you want a little. But you want a transvestite.
Dude,
What you want?
Oh my god, what
like
the fuck are you
president
talking
of Puerto
about?
Rico.
That's
you
a slur, by
sound
the
like
way.
the president of Puerto Rico. That's what you sound like. You sound like the president of Puerto Rico.
And also, that term that you're using is derogatory. No BS.
I know, please don't say that again.
Whatever fits your narrative. You just literally just you want anything to fit your narrative, but you really don't care about these countries as long as it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Because if you really sat down,
okay with voting for a man who literally called it a floating garbage island?
Yeah, now you're being
okay with voting for
stereotypical.
Trump, who called it a floating garbage island?
Excuse
yeah,
me?
okay, miss me with that. You're talking about.
I haven't said one thing. I just said
supporting
nothing.
Trump. Supporting Trump. What did Trump say about?
Hey, that back! Oh my god, that's loud. Hey, that's really loud. Who's that coming from?
I think it's coming from him because I don't have any.
Yeah, no BS.
Is it me or is it you?
Hold on. It's you.
But it's
you.
no BS.
Yeah, that's really loud. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a little loud your stuff, to be honest.
You can be better now, right?
Yeah, now it's good. Yeah.
Have you ever met Bad Bunny? I'm just curious.
Have I met him?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
Yeah.
So that's a no. So you haven't met him. Okay.
Have you?
No, but I'm not the one claiming to do all these things for Puerto Rico.
Right.
Okay, so so you think because somebody's in Puerto Rico, they automatically know everybody?
No, but you're talking about him like you've met him and you know all these things about him.
I
but
never
you can't
once said
say
I met him.
anything.
But you're famous.
Yeah, you're a celebrity and you know all these people.
I
and
never
you know all
said
these
I was
things that
famous.
Bad Bunny supposedly hasn't done, and you're dragging his name. But so how would you know all these things unless you met him? I don't know these things about him, so I don't have that kind of claim to make like you are.
So you think I'm famous and I met him, or I'm wrong because I haven't met him? That's what you're trying to get at.
You're missing what I'm saying, but I'm
I'm
not.
trying to catch what you're
Following
saying.
along with anything that we're saying. You just want to come up here and be a bigot and a transphobe. That's it. That's all. And it's a rail into something
The
else.
reality is you guys just basically just want to push your agenda on people. You don't care about who it affects.
Why would I want anybody to be transgender?
No, that's all it is.
But wait, can you answer that question? Why would we want people to be transgender? What's the motivation?
Yeah.
Bro, Tammy, dude, I'm not gay. Okay?
Answer the question. Hey, answer the question.
Nobody cares.
Why would we want people to be transgender? What's the motivation for that?
So you guys can get accepted, and everything will be okay with you.
No. We're asking. No. You're not answering the question. Why would we want to make other people transgender? What's that motivation?
So it could be socially normal for you guys, and everybody
Wait a
would be
second.
accepted.
What?
So you're talking about people just wanting to live their lives in a society with other people? How terrible that sounds.
Yeah, isn't that what everybody else is trying to do right now?
Trying to get on with their lives and avoid things like ICE coming into their schools or
Yeah,
possibly
yeah,
being
right. Isn't
raped
that
and not
what?
being able to have
Is
any
it?
community.
But
I
isn't
got-
that actually what the kids,
But I got new-
fathers,
but I got
and
news for
mothers
you.
want to do in society?
Most trans
But
people
wait,
that
host, I know where you're coming. Host, I know you want to get, but
most
I understand,
trans
but
people I
these
speak
people are talking.
most trans people I speak to don't want others to be trans because it is such a difficult life to live because of people like you. They don't want others to be trans. In fact, if they could choose, they would say they don't want anyone to be trans because of the difficulty.
But they want to go into the women's bathrooms, right?
No,
That didn't answer my
I don't want to go to
question.
any bathroom. I choose
they
not
want
to
to
go into
compete in
any
women's
bathroom.
sports.
When I go out in public, I don't go into the bathroom because I don't want to deal with bigots like you.
You're speaking from places that you have no idea what happens in those
Do you
spaces.
know how many
at all.
people?
I would rather piss my
Do you know
pants than go
the
to
most?
a fucking.
Wait, one of the most talked
Nope,
about topics
don't
here.
make a factual statement like
The-
that unless you
no,
have
no, no,
evidence.
no,
You
I
don't
do,
have
I
any
do.
evidence.
I
Don't
do
talk
have
like you're
evidence.
stating a fact. Don't talk like
I-
you're stating a
I
fact.
do have evidence. I
What's
do
the
have
evidence first? Evidence first.
Scroll through TikTok.
No,
You see
that's
the
not
same
evidence.
argument
what?
That's not
constantly.
evidence.
You'll see always the same argument. Go.
That's
That's
not
the number one
evidence.
argument anywhere is that they want to go to the bathroom of the gender they identify as.
That's not
Which is not
evidence.
true. Because
It's
if you
not
really
evidence because
understand,
you can literally lie on the internet. Where is the qualitative surveys that it should be done then on the trans community? Is there a qualitative survey where they asked 100 trans individuals, what do you want? Like, does that data exist? Because if it does, you should be able to go find it and provide it, not scroll through TikTok.
okay, so when you say you want gender equality and you want trans equality, what is it that you're looking for?
What am I looking for as a cis hetero?
Whatever. Yes,
Hey,
whatever. What
hey,
is
Doug.
they?
I
What do you
don't
think?
want bigots like you voting against other people's rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Okay, so that you're not answering my question.
I
'Cause
just did because I just said people
Hey,
like Gwen above me.
That has
I
nothing
want them
to
to be
do-
able
that
to
has-
live a life without being
What,
hassled
what,
by
you're
hold
bigots.
on.
steering away from-
What's being
Here's-
asked? What's being asked, Gwen, in the comments? Somebody wants to come
No,
up.
I was gonna see if you wanted to Terror Bear up. I've listened to them. They're really. I'm
Yeah,
not
if
sure
they
if
want
you've
to.
ever
Sure,
met them
Terror.
before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't recognize who they are, but yeah.
I'll drop.
Okay.
I just want
I'll
to
suck you
leave.
up.
I want to leave with one thing here. Nobody else. Look, I was a child of the 80s and the 90s. Nobody indoctrinated me. This is who I am. This is how I was born. The worst thing about that time period was I didn't know what I was because it wasn't a thing. The transgender
Yeah, but it was
community.
good.
Yeah,
Didn't you guys get like Ren and Stimpy and like
no,
CDs and
go fuck yourself.
Napster?
No, because look, what I'm trying to
Surge
say
was
is
pretty
what I'm
good,
trying
too.
to say is I lived with an incongruence my entire life. Okay, it was traumatic because I didn't know who I could freaking talk to about it. I would have thought people would have thought I was freaking crazy. But now that I have fully become my authentic self, I'm living my best life.
And what year were? During these years, like how old were you?
I was in my school age years.
Just like
K through
throw an
12.
age anyway.
K through 12.
K through 12.
80s and
You talked to a
90s.
psychiatrist about this?
Have I talked to a psychiatrist?
When
Do
you were
realize,
that age.
do you realize that when it comes to the transgender community, in order to go forward with transitioning, there is a minimum of 2 years of therapy that
But you never
somebody
came up
has
to
to
your
go
mom.
through.
You never went up to your mom where you're this age, be like, hey, mom, I feel this way, blah, blah, blah. And they actually never brought you to the psychologist?
No, because I was very in tune to everybody around me, including my parents. Because I waited to the very last minute. Hold on. Let me finish. I waited to the very last minute that I possibly could when I was in my early 40s to come out because I knew my mother was going to have a field day with it. The woman was 74 years old, 71 years old, and could not wrap her head around it. If I would have come out any earlier, the woman would have freaking died. She would not have been able to figure things out. Okay. Needless to say, we haven't talked in over 2 years.
Yeah. So
That's
again, I was trying
why
to say.
that's why people don't come out at all, because they're so afraid of the backlash.
Yeah. Okay. So can I speak though? Because I've heard the entire thing you said.
Fine.
I
Go
wanna say-
ahead. Go ahead.
A person at an age, I think, if they spell a specific way and they have these feelings, they would want to go out and get somebody's point of view, or let's say, unload any like feelings in general to a professional. When you're that specific age, it's normal for you to be confused or insecure with your body because you don't even understand what's going on. You don't understand the world. There's a reason why you can't get married.
Did you hear the
There's a
time
reason
frame?
why you can't
Did you hear
vote.
the time frame that I gave you? I said
and also,
the
no
mid
BS, I
80s.
doubt
Yeah, I mean,
I doubt you have
mid
any
80s to
degrees
the
in
mid 90s.
psychology or psychiatry, so you need to not be talking about how people are feeling at
Do
certain
you?
ages unless you have data,
She's not.
which you probably don't.
Do you?
Hold on. Who cares if a kid is?
I'm not claiming to be a psychologist.
But hold on.
You're
Who
acting
cares?
like you're a psychologist, and you should be able to talk to Gwen and say, well, kids have a very confusing... How do you even know? How do you
Hey.
even know which children are going through confusing
Gwen-
times and which aren't? You're not.
Do you?
Gwen, do you mind if I bring you down because I don't in
Yeah,
place
you
of Care
can
Bear?
you can drop me.
All right,
You
Gwen.
can drop
Thank
me,
you so
yep.
much. Great having you.
You're
Guys, make sure you give
welcome.
Gwen a follow.
Thank you.
Oh, no BS. Who cares if a kid is confused? Why is that such a big deal?
Who cares if a kid is confused?
Yeah, like you're making it seem like it's such a
Yeah,
harmful
host,
thing.
host. If a kid is confused and doing damage to himself, and you're
What damage
end of
is
the
the
day,
kid
you can have
doing?
problems.
What damage?
If okay, I'll give you just an example, right? Let's say a kid has the parents are having a divorce and he's having problems adjusting. He's getting confused because he's never with us before.
Okay.
A kid that was SA'd, right? He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know
The
how to
fuck
hold
are you
his feelings.
talking about?
A
In relation to
person
trans people, the confusion in relation
no,
to trans
because
people.
you
What the
said
fuck?
a kid that's confused. You're saying
Yeah, how
I'm
is
talking
that
about
a
this.
problem? I know, in relation to the topic of trans people. Who cares if
He's
someone's
trying to
confused?
equate trauma to this, by the way. That's what it sounds
Oh,
like you're
all right.
leaning
Yeah,
into,
let's
which
see
we
what you
haven't
got.
No.
proven
I'm
either.
saying
Nobody's
no. What I'm
provided
trying to
evidence of
say
that
is that when
either.
a person is confused at that age
From
or whatever
trauma, that's what
age,
you were saying. That's what you were just saying. If a kid has some kind of trauma and then they become confused, you just said that.
yes.
So you're trying to equate trauma with
Yeah, that's not-
transgender,
that's
and
not how
that's
that
not
works.
been
No.
shown.
I'm trying. Listen, let me explain because I know you want to try to put my
You're not
words in my mouth.
explaining
Yeah,
anything, though.
wait,
It's just
hold
the
on.
same talking points we've
And
heard before.
Terry Bear, I'll let you get in a minute. But what you're about to say is that if they're confused, they're gonna go ahead and get medication or surgeries too early.
No.
and they're gonna regret it.
I'm not
That's
saying.
what this guy.
No.
Then who cares if a kid is confused? Then
That's my point.
a lot of
You
kids
should
are
care if a kid's-
confused.
That's
But what is
the
it?
point.
I'm not
If a-
saying who cares in relation to anything. In relation to the topic of trans people, yeah, sometimes people don't know quite their sexuality at an early age. Sometimes it develops. Sometimes they may not know their gender identity. Okay, fine, let that develop. Who gives a shit?
So
You're the
you
one who
shouldn't help them understand it.
yeah,
what they're
that
going
has-
through.
Right, but you're the one who doesn't want them to be able to have access to some things, trans people, to potentially have medication if they need it. You're the one who doesn't want that. Yes, I want kids to have help if they have enough stress or enough confusion where it would lead to that. Of course, that's what we're advocating for. You're not.
So I'll give you a case, right? I'll give you a case. There was a girl, right? She was in high school, and during that time, she was a little. I guess she was. What do you want to call it? Like curious. When at first you're something, and then at the end, anyways, she said that she wanted to become a man. She wanted to become a trans, right?
You don't become a trans.
She wanted to be a trans.
You don't want to be a trans. What's up,
dude.
Terry Bear? Yeah, Terry Bear, you can chime in.
That's not how that works. And here's
Anyways,
here's
let
what I
me
think
finish my thing,
I'm
bro,
noticing
because
the problem is
let me
you're
finish my
trying-
story, though,
respectfully.
I know. I'll give you respect if you let me talk. Okay, because
I'm saying respect because I've heard enough of you over like last hour. So the problem here is you've not done any kind of cursory research to even have like basic terminology and to have a conversation, because like you're saying things like become a trans.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right, which is just...
So you're saying you're born a trans.
Trans means on the other side of, which I think is probably going over your head. Just like identity and like gender identity and sex are two different things. And I don't think you have a basic understanding to even like enter the conversation. A lot of this is based on your feelings and things you've probably heard, and not things that you actually read and just like sat and let it digest. Even someone like me that's in in the community, I had to educate myself on this stuff and let it digest. Even someone like me, it's a cartoon, I'm black. Obviously, I'm black. I had to read up on things as it pertains to black people to fully understand like systemic racism and stuff like that. Like, I can look at your cartoon, right? I have one too. So that lets me know that you're a white person. You may not know you're a white person, but you're a white person. You are a white Hispanic.
You know that's AI, right?
Again,
And
I'm
they
a black
do it to the
person.
closest.
Look
You
at
could
my
be right
cartoon,
now.
dude. If I can,
Yeah,
I
I
can
know,
throw my
but
camera on at
your
any time, and
complexion.
you will see that I am phenotypically black. I have the curly hair. It's not that far. It's not that far off, my guy. You are white.
Yeehaw.
If you are from Puerto Rico, you are one of a couple of things. You are indigenous to the island. You are Afro Latino, or you are a white Hispanic, and it's
But
not hard to
wait,
figure that out.
so you realize that this AI, they have a limited.
You are getting in the weeds, my man, and you're missing the point.
See,
That's kind of why I want to come up. Like, it's like even you were not able to like identify and state that you're a white person. That you should
because I'm
know
not
that.
white.
How old are you,
I'm not white.
dude? When you're
Are you
Hispanic,
basing
you're
this
one
on
of a
AI's
couple
picture of
different
my
things.
avatar?
You are not you are not solely Hispanic. Hispanic is not a race. Hispanic is an ethnicity. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? I'll break it down. I'll give it to you this way, and I'll use myself as an example. I am black. That's my race. I am African American. That's my ethnicity. I'm American. That's my nationality. Those things
Well,
have
I
most
mean, your
people
avatar looks
in a
like
chokehold.
your avatar kind of looks like
You need to get off the
something else.
avatar and just admit that you didn't understand the difference between race and ethnicity, and Tear Bear just explained it again to you.
Bro, you sound like a very, very angry person.
I'm just tired
I
of your
think she's just
BS.
direct.
You
She's
feel like
being
you have like
direct
this
with
That's
it.
such a That's such a gaslighting thing to do.
And
Like,
yeah,
that is
angry
gaslighting
women
101 what you're
exist.
doing.
But I'm relaxed the entire time. She's like trying to scream and
Okay,
raising her voice.
but let's not gaslight, okay? Right? Like that's not
But
something
I'm
we
just
do in
pointing it
conversations.
out.
Yeah, you
I've
can
been
point it out,
pointing
but
out
it
to
means
you
nothing.
numerous times things that you're wrong about, and you keep acting like you're not wrong, which is really ignorant on your part. Because if you had critical thinking skills, you would take what I have said, what Gwen was saying, what Tear Bear just said, and be like, you know what? I was wrong about race versus ethnicity. But you can't
Why
do
does
that
this hurt?
because your
Why does this hurt
ego.
you personally so much?
Because I don't want trans people to be talked about in derogatory fashions like you've been doing this whole live.
But why does it? Okay, so just curiosity.
Because they
Why
are
does this
human
affect you
fucking
personally?
beings, you weirdo, and they don't deserve to be treated like less than that.
Okay, but again, like, what is it that your obsession with this topic?
It's
so
not
much?
an obsession.
It's actually not our obsession.
These are human rights.
This passion
These
obsession.
Human
are our
rights.
obsession. Even during the last election, Kamala Harris never brought up trans people. Trans people was only brought up by the right because they are such a minute portion of the population. And if you've actually ever met a trans person, they are simply just trying to exist in the world in which we have made it hard for them. And when I say we, I include myself in this, and I include other members of the LGB in this, because even they are uneducated. Even they're uneducated.
Well, listen.
Okay, the app did work for me. I'm obviously a black person.
I identify as a lizard. Okay, you guys have to accept
Great.
it.
That's
Cool.
wonderful for
Cool.
you.
That's
And
so funny.
again,
I
That's
just
think
being
hilarious.
you don't
That's
derogatory,
realize
hilarious.
the way in which
just
you talk is
showing the
is
bigotry.
rooted in white supremacy, and
Yes,
I would imagine that you seek that proximity
but
just
I
based on the
identify.
way you
I'm
talk.
transracial too.
Cool. That's so
Okay,
funny.
now you're being facetious in an insidious type of way.
Why? Why didn't you accept me? Isn't that kind of bigoted?
You know what you're doing, and this isn't funny.
That's like a hate crime, isn't it?
Cool.
You would know a hate crime if it
You
bit you
don't
in the butt
understand
because you
race,
don't
so
even know the
Isn't that
difference between
if you
race
discrimination
don't
and
towards my
understand
ethnicity.
race,
towards
you
my
can't
ideology though?
understand hate crimes.
What isn't that like? Aren't you
No.
discriminating on my ideology?
No, you can't identify as a lizard. That's an entirely different species.
Oh, why?
Because they have a different genetic code than we do. You can't identify as something that has a different genetic code.
You also have hair, which they don't. You don't
They
have
don't have hair.
scales. You see where
Lizards don't have hair. No, lizards don't have
mammals by
hair.
definition have hair.
If you are
Reptiles don't.
identifying as one, you really suck at identifying as one. You don't even know if they have hair or not.
And again, you're just being
I
derogatory
can
by
shave.
throwing out this liver. You're just being you're doing the same thing every transphobe, every bigot does. Oh, well, I identify as a crayon. Like, you're just being derogatory because you have no argument.
Yeah, why
because
don't you have a serious
no
conversation?
argument.
Can you accept me then as transracial then?
You
See,
also
you're doing it
can't do that.
again instead of having a conversation.
Right, you're
See,
trying to
I
pivot.
think you guys. I think
No,
you guys are very hateful.
No, I think you just realized you've been
You
cornered.
guys want to support what you want to support.
Shut up. I think you realize you have been cornered, so you're just trying to pivot to the most shittiest thing that you can say, right? I think you're very aware that Sarah Bear just said stuff that you have no idea how to respond to, and this is your last resort.
You assume my race from the very
Cool, very funny. Cool, you're hilarious. Cool, hilarious.
You don't know the difference.
You said that I was white, then I told you I was
You
Hispanic.
don't know the difference between race and ethnicity. Stop using this argument because you look.
You said that. I feel like all of this has been just a headache for you guys.
Well, when you have actual neurons that fire and blood vessels that supply those neurons properly, we get headaches when we talk to people like you. No wonder you don't have a headache.
Take some ashwagandha or something, some melatonin, ashwagandha. You'll feel better, bro. Take some rest. I know you go to the gym. Just breathe there, man. Relax. Stop getting so angry at people.
Okay. The
I'm gonna
gaslighting is
remain
perfect.
angry at people like you.
Love the gaslighting.
Because it's people like you that had concentration camps and we're like, oh, this is cool. Throw them all in. It's gross.
So, do you got anything else to say?
He ran.
GoodRx.com/weight loss. You didn't hear that, Doug. You can drop me down. I just wanted to come up and explore the racial conversation with him.
Sure. Thank you.
But yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and actually
in a moving situation now. But yeah, you can drop
no,
me down.
you're all good. Thank you, Terry Bear. I'm gonna give you a follow, okay? But take care.
Nice meeting you. I followed him.
When I'm on the studio, it's actually really difficult to follow someone who's on the panel. I'm gonna have to find back the comment section to his last comment and do it because it doesn't. That's a couple things I don't like about the studio is that, and I can't block somebody on the panel
TikTok
either.
studio.
Yeah, it's really annoying. It doesn't let me click on their profile and it doesn't give me the option to either mute them or follow them. So in the comment section I can, but I'm gonna have to scroll all the way back to his last comment. Does he go by he him? By the way, did I get that correct? Yeah. Anybody?
This was my first time meeting Terror Bearers. So
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I'm still trying to scroll up to find their last comment. Oh gosh, it's gonna be a while to find it. Terror Bear, if you're still here, just leave a comment. That's going to be far easier than me trying to scroll back. Keep tapping and sharing, guys, and make sure you guys all subscribe to me on the tube. Alright, this is getting annoying. I'm scrolling back way too far. My eyes hurt trying to do this. This is really annoying. My eyes are starting to hurt.
There's Terror Bear in the comments.
Okay, thank God.
And it's he, him. Okay.
Okay, cool. You're my Discord, right on. Okay, perfect. All right, give you a follow. Thank you, Terber. 100 Dougs versus technology. Yep, I do struggle with that. That is a very known thing. If you guys follow me, you know I suck with technology. It's actually quite awful. Speaking of, make sure you guys subscribe to me on. Wait.
Did you mean?
What's that? What you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What was that you said? I didn't hear you.
I said, did you mean to request me back up?
No, I don't know who did that. Somebody must have did that by accident. I didn't do that.
You can drive me back down.
All right, take care. Take care. All right. How you guys all doing tonight? You guys doing good? Sunday night? Sunday night?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
You guys are
Sunday.
all doing well. It's hard for me to realize because with my schedule as training people, I don't have like a typical Monday through Friday type thing. So it's like I don't have that typical Monday through, which I like because I actually don't really have. I have like 1 or 2 clients on Monday, and they're later in the afternoon. So I really have like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday where I can sleep in, which is really nice. Well,
It's
actually,
like my
no, I
husband.
can't.
He works
works
third
what?
shift, so he works 6:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. So like
Mhm.
he starts his day at the end of a day, and like so there'll be days I'll be like, hey, don't forget we got to go to our son's XYZ thing on this day, and he's like, what
Yeah.
day is it? I'm just like, I'll write it down for you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I put
yeah.
it in his phone. Actually, so the Florida DOE came out with that state colleges have, I guess, the option now to have off and be closed for President's Day. So this is my first year working at the state college that I do that I have President's Day off.
Oh,
And we
that's really
found
nice.
out very last minute, by the way. Thanks, Florida DOE, for telling us, or whoever told us. We literally found out like last week.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they're super efficient there in Tallahassee.
All right, I think I may wrap this up here pretty soon though, because I've been live for a long time and I'm honestly starting to get pretty tired. And last night I ended the live too late. It was like at midnight or something, I think. Yeah, guys,
I
I'm gonna
know,
wrap.
I woke up.
You what?
I was gonna say I stayed up late. I didn't mind because I knew I could sleep in this morning, but I also knew I was like, it's Sunday. I got a cardio session to go do.
Yeah. All right, guys,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
cardio
wrap.
on Sunday.
I'm gonna wrap it up, but make sure you guys all give me a follow. Please follow Professor Alex as well, and all of you subscribe to me on YouTube. It is Dougielifts, Dougielifts. Link is also in the bio. It's starting to pick up a little bit over there. It really is. I'm really happy to hear it. So if you guys can all subscribe, that will help it pick up even more. The past couple lives I've been getting a few thousand total views, which is great. So I'm hoping that sort of continues. What else? Appreciate all the guests. Appreciate all of the Venmo, Cash App, etc. You guys are the best. Seriously. Alex, do you have anything?
Oh, just thank you everybody for the gifts. Some of these conversations were interesting. I don't have a
To
headache
say the
though, which is
least.
funny because he was like, I'm giving you it. No, actually it didn't. If anything, I'm a little sore from my massage yesterday, but my head's fine. Very clear. I get to sleep in again, so that's
good.
nice.
I'm happy to hear that. All right, Alex.
Yeah,
well, I'm
so
going to
have a
bring
good
you
night.
down. Yeah, go ahead. Have a good night, okay?
Okey-dokey.
Take care. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Again, make sure you all subscribe to me on the tube. Mary, thank you. I appreciate you subscribing. I'm going to have to start, because what makes the live streams more viewable or watchable is having a good thumbnail. I mentioned this yesterday. Somebody reached out to me. They said they'd be happy to help a little bit here and there. Obviously, I don't expect anybody to always help just because that would be a lot of time. However, though, if anybody is sort of privy to that stuff and you're a little bit knowledgeable on posting things and making things more clickable and viewable, especially on the YouTube, yeehaw, that would be helpful if you want to reach out. If you're willing to, of course, you don't have to. But I need a thumbnail for the live streams that will allow people to want to click on it more. You know what I mean? And also, what else? I do want to start clipping things from YouTube and making posts from that. But again, that's going to take a lot of work, and I really do not expect anybody here to like really constantly help with that, because that would be like a job basically. Again, at some point, I will have to hire someone, because I just can't do that all on my own. I suck at making clips. I really do, but that's what I need to make things grow. So if anybody is knowledgeable and willing to help a little bit, I would take any help that I can get, if I'm going to be honest. All right, everyone. You could irritating haters. Well, that does help. All right, guys. Well, anyways, take care. Have a good night. I will almost certainly see you all tomorrow, okay? Bye, everyone. Bye, YouTubers. Goodbye.